All right, Shalom Israel. Shabbat Shalom to everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope Israel's families are doing well and prospering. And everybody's growing in the knowledge of the Most High in Christ. And shout out and shalom to everybody that is online. Shout out to, and peace and blessings to your family and your households. And shout out to our brothers in Stream of Wisdom in Houston, Texas, Rochester, New York, and Norfolk, Virginia. Shout out to Cabo Cobb down in Guatemala and his family. Shout out to LT too for dropping the class, and Amiadza in London, and great class. And so we just want to get started. And Salaki, if we're a little behind time, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to discuss the book of Malachi. We're going to go into Malachi today because Malachi was written during the time of Ezra, Nehemiah. So we don't want to leave out the conversation that the Most High is having with his prophets at this time, because what Malachi is describing, he's describing a mentality and a mind frame and a condition of thought that that our people possess, even after the temple was recently built and after the walls were recently resurrected. So what the Most High is showing is a mind frame, a mindset, and through what the Most High has provided us, it's kind of inconsiderate for the approach that we take and how we look at the Father. So this is why we're going to topic the class Israel's much needed consideration by the prophet Malachi, because we got to look at what the Most High is doing and how we're taking and looking at all the good that we've been recently received from him and taking it for granted. So before we go into that, though, we got to send up the prayers. All right, let's go ahead and get the prayer started. Imagine. No, this us for now.
Just the men, elders for now.
All righty, let's go ahead and get this started. Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Hawa. Nathanawa. Awar. Zayawam. Tawara. Aman.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives us the light this day. Thanks, so be it.
All right. Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Nathanawa. Rayach. Nayachacha.
Tawara.
Aman.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives us sweet savor. Thank you, so be it.
All right. Imagine Panya Yerushalayim.
Stand and face Jerusalem.
All right, we're going to stand and face Jerusalem. Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Hawa. Nathanawa. Hashabat. Bashalom. Tawara. Aman.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives us the sweet Sabbath and peace. Thank you. So be it.
All right. Psalms 121. Nasha. Ayanyamya. Haharyam. Ma'ayah. Yabu'ah. Isaiah. Yabu'ah. Ma. Yahweh. Sha'isha. Shemayim. Wa'aratazah. La'ah. Yanatan. Lamawat. Regalia. Yala'ah. Nawum. Shashamarya. Hana. Yala'ah. Nawum. Wala'ah, Yashun, Shashawamar, Yashala, Yahweh, Samaria, Yahweh, Tazalia, Al, Yanyamya, Yad, Hashemash, Yala'ah, Hakaya, Bayawam, Wala'ah, Halabana, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamaria, Makol, Rai, Yashamar, Napasha, Yahweh, Yashamar, Hawalakia, Wabu'aya, Ma'aita, Aman.
Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even evermore. Amen.
Amen. Israelite Credo. Shema Yasha'Allah.
Shema Yasha'Allah.
Yahweh. Allahayya Nawa. Yahweh. Echad. Shema Yasha'Allah.
Shema Yasha'Allah.
Yahweh. Allahayya Nawa. Yahweh. Echad. Shema Yasha'Allah.
Shema Yasha'Allah.
Yahweh. Allahayya Nawa. Yahweh. Echad.
Hear Israel, Yahweh our power. Yahweh is one.
All right. Lord's Prayer. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwithka, Faba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'ratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Mathalanawa, Macham, Ko, Yawam, Wasalachanawa, Kabwathanawa, Kasalachanawa, Kabwathinawa, Wala'ah, Zabianawa, Malasai 1, Abo, Hawashanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Wathaparath, Lai Aman.
Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Amen. The Ten Commandments. La'a Yahaya, Laka, Alahayim, Akayim, Al, Panya.
Thou shalt have no other powers before me.
Number 2. La'a, Fa'aina, Laka, Pasol, Wala'a, Fa'ibadam.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, nor serve them.
Number 3. La'a, Falakha, Yahweh, Bashawa.
Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy power in vain.
Number 4. Zakar, Hayawam, Hashabat, Lakodashwa.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Number 5. Kabad, Abaka, Ya'amaka.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
Number 6. La'a, Tharatazah.
Thou shalt not kill, murder.
Number 7. La'a, Thana'a.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Number 8. La'a, Thaganab.
Thou shalt not steal.
Number 9. La'a, Tha'aina. Shakor.
Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
Number 10. La'a, Thakamad. Ko, Asherah. Lara'ika.
Thou shalt not covet anything which is thy neighbor's.
Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Hawa'ah, Wathananawa,
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai that gives us the law.
Right. I'm sorry. Salaki. Let me do this one more time. Get this law out. Salaki, we're going to do that one more time. Let me prep this real quick. Salaki. Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Hawa'ah, Wathananawa.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai that gives us the law.
All right. Everybody, Yeshabim.
Take seats. So you said this book is in the same vein and time period as Nehemiah the prophet.
Con. And we're gonna go and show what the Most High's perspective is after reaping so many benefits to the children of Israel. Let me make sure these phones are off. No distractions. Shalom Israel once again. The water for watching, for being online with us also, and for those that are in person, the water for you that came in the flesh.
Shalom, shalom.
All right. So, what we're gonna do is read. We can't Now Malachi is the last prophet before in the Old Testament, before we get to Maccabees and Ezra in the Apocrypha that goes in between the New Testament. But it was during this time frame. Does anybody remember? Last week we went over the year that Nehemiah was commissioned to come in and institute the rebuilding and the protection of the walls. Yes, sir.
444 BC.
Yes, sir. It was 444 BC that Nehemiah was commissioned by the Most High to, and he was granted permission by Artaxerxes the first to go ahead and get the walls rebuilt. You know, and so we know the story already. There's no need to go back over it, but we can't miss out the AC. Make sure it's about 69. We can't miss out what the Most High is trying to tell us, and our attitude while we're in Jerusalem, and we got our holy city back. We have our citadel back up, our place of worship to the Most High, where we can worship His name, and His name rest upon us and provide us His protection and His guidance.
So we got our temple back, but we didn't necessarily come with the purest mindset back into that temple.
I
remember we talked about when it came to the building of the walls. The priest started first on the sheep gate.
Mm-hmm.
Started first in the sheep gate counterclockwise, and the priests were working, and that was symbolic of leadership for the people. It was supposed to inspire the people to tap in to re-venerating the Father, respecting the Most High. Because we haven't had a temple, we haven't had a city, so He's giving us back a second opportunity to have an independent state again. Because we were coming from a state of captivity, based off of the fall of the previous classes. We had class warfare, we had priests doing wicked things, and now he's trying to give us a clean script, but he has to clean out the mindset that we have going into that new temple and that new city, or that rebuilt city, and that rebuilt temple.
Because although we've been given something, doesn't mean we value what we've been given. And a lot of times that happens quite often, even in today's time frame, where the Most High will give us something, but that doesn't mean we appreciate it and value it. And so
we can get a second opportunity or a third opportunity. It doesn't mean the reason why it keeps being opportunity is because we keep not appreciating or valuing it or violating it. Exactly. We can't be permanent.
And it's hard for us as a people to see the good and the totality of what the Most High is doing for us, and we quickly backslide to a particular thought process. I don't want to kind of give it up. I'd rather read it, but what you're saying is appropriate, because we don't appreciate the Most High's deliverance. All right.
Can I put one scripture? Proverbs 2:21.
Get that.
Proverbs chapter 2, verse 21. Proverbs chapter 2, verse 21.
Okay. Proverbs chapter 2 and verse 21. For the upright shall dwell in the land.
The upright are those that are morally correct in their application of the word of the Most High, and their discipline in the maintaining and keeping the commandments and keeping the right mentality, which is the testimonies of the Father, right? The testimony of the patriarchs. They're conscious towards the Father. Read. That's the upright.
Shall dwell in the land.
Shall dwell means to live. They'll be able to live and do well. A lot of us just exist.
Yep.
There's a difference between existing and living and thriving. Our people can thrive, or we can we're here for now, we're existing. Right? The upright have the ability to thrive. Read.
It says, and the perfect shall remain in it.
But because I'm morally correct, because I'm disciplined in the law, does not necessarily mean I'm going to maintain the same estate. I'm going to maintain the same land. I'm going to maintain the same temple. A lot of times, we get pushed out the temple and get pushed out of our state and get pushed out of our comfort and get pushed out of our land because we're not what? Perfect. The word perfect means complete. Mm-hmm. So I'll be good at the law, but I have a negative outlook. I'll have a positive outlook, but I'll break the law. I'll keep the law, but I'll hate the people around me. Right? So because I'm not complete in my fulfillment of my duty to Christ, which is love my brothers and love myself, love the Most High more than I love myself, above all gods, and love my neighbors myself, which is the golden rule, right? Mm-hmm. Do unto others as you have them do unto you. I don't socially treat my people correctly, nor do I make the Most High the number one priority in my life, nor do I maintain the tenets, ethics, and laws and outlines and regulations of the Heavenly Father. Yeah. So if I don't maintain these gates or maintain these walls, then I lose the walls I have anyway. I lose my house walls. I lose the walls of my marriage. I lose the walls of, if I'm a child, I lose the walls of protection. And bad things happen to me, car accidents, people taking advantage of people putting pills in your drink. When you're young, we have young people here too. People would put pills in your drink and think it's funny. We've had, not in our camp, but there's been young people that I've talked to they went to a party, somebody put a fentanyl pill in their drink, they didn't wake up, their parents like, my child is dead, we don't know what happened. Nobody knows. Everybody thought he was asleep at the party, thought he was asleep. But guess what? He wasn't asleep. He was asleep, like the real sleep. But when everybody got up, he couldn't wake up. He was just having a good time. So the walls of the temple are our protection. The walls of your parental covering is protection. But when we're not maintaining our complete devotion to Christ and the Most High, which is the laws, how you treat your brother, and the mentality you roll in, then guess what happens? You lose that protection, and those spirits invade. Read on.
Verse 22 says, but the wicked shall be cut off from the earth.
Stop. The earth is where you get your resources, what feeds you. You live off the food that comes off the earth. So when you're cut off from the earth, guess what? You're cut off from your food source. You're cut off from your substance. You're cut off from your resources. You go into a condition of poverty. If it's physical poverty, mental poverty, relationship poverty, emotional poverty, spiritual poverty. That poverty is a product of me being cut off the land. Yeah. That's because I'm not maintaining what chapter 1's going into. I'm sitting here and supposed to learn the lessons of why I went into captivity in the first place. Why did I have to come away from Babylon?
Yeah. Why did we go into Babylon?
Why are we going to Babylon? We're back in Israel. But why we had to make a 70-mile trip? Or maybe it's not 70 miles, but it was a long trip.
No, that trip to Babylon is 900 miles.
My God. That's a long time, bro.
Yeah. And so we had you done with that?
That's
perfect. So as we get into Malachi, these questions got to be answered that the Most High is asking about the nature of our relationship with Him. And so this is during the time of the rebuild of the temple. So let's go to Malachi chapter 1, and we're going to start off at verse 1. And we're going to take our time on this because I don't want to miss what the Most High, the severity of what the Most High is showing the children of Israel at this time. Malachi chapter 1, verse 1.
Malachi chapter 1 and verse 1. The burden of the word of the Most High to Israel by Malachi. I had loved you.
He said what?
I had loved you.
This is a straight conversation that the Most High is having that He told Malachi to tell the children of Israel. Tell them that I love you. That's coming straight out of the Most High's mouth. Now we have a hard time telling each other we love you. But the Most High is saying, listen, tell them I love you. Man, that's straight coming from the Father.
Wow.
Read on.
Saith the Most High. Yet ye say.
But we say what?
Wherein hast thou loved us?
How? Wherein hast thou loved us? How have you shown us love? Think about somebody's response after you tell them you love them, and they say how?
Out of a pure heart, too. You're saying sincerity. Like
yeah, you said it. Yeah, I love you, but I really love you. But somebody in return says what?
It says, wherein hast thou loved us?
How? Where's the evidence? Where's the proof that I loved you? I don't see it. How do you feel?
I don't believe that you do love me.
Yeah, how do you feel when somebody that you've shown love to and that you love come back and tell you, I don't know how? Since when?
Embarrassed.
Hey, what does that mean that they've done to things that you've done for them? How have they looked at all the benefits?
Yeah.
As if it was what? As if it was a non-factor.
Yeah.
As if it was phony or fake.
I'm discounting everything you do. Everything you do, I discount the value of it.
I discredit it. I don't equal it as love. I don't see it as love.
Mm-hmm.
But read it again.
Malachi chapter 1 and verse 2. I have loved you, saith the Most High. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us?
But we come back and say, man, I don't see it. How is the Most High showing me love? I don't get it. If I look at my current conditions and how hard my life is right now, if this is love, then maybe he needs to reevaluate what he thinks love is. That's how we look at it.
If I look at my credit score, I don't think you love me.
Yeah. Or just the fact that I'm short every month. I'm short every month and I'm struggling every month.
Yeah.
I'm in a bad place.
Yep.
With all these roaches everywhere, I can't see the Most High's love.
Yeah. He's calm.
But we think we look at the conditions of the situation to quantify the Most High's love. But the Most High said, I got something, he's going to explain something to us. Read on.
It says, was not Esau Jacob's brother?
Now, he first starts off by saying what? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? He's going back to the origin of how we began as a people. And how we came out, Esau and Jacob came out of the same womb. They came out of Rebekah's womb. They shared the same womb. They came out as twins. They came out at the same time. They came from the same father. They were brothers. He said, was not Esau Jacob's brother? Read on.
Saith the Most High, yet I love Jacob.
He said, listen, I didn't have to love and make a covenant and a contract from your particular lineage. He said, I could have went with Esau. I could have spread my love to Esau and not you. When them two children was born, he said, I made a decision and a determination to decide to say, I'm going to pick this one over that one. I chose you. I didn't have to choose you. He said, was not Esau what?
Jacob's brother.
Read on.
Saith the Most High, yet I love Jacob.
He said, yet out of the two, he said, I loved who?
Jacob.
He said, I love Jacob. Out of both children, identical twins, the Most High said, I chose the foreparent or the patriarch that you were born from. I chose him. Now, the Most High could have done something else. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 21. Give me verse 15. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 21 and read verse 15.
Okay. Deuteronomy chapter 21 and verse 15. If a man have two wives, one beloved and another hated, and they have borne him children, both the beloved and the hated, and if the firstborn son be hers that was hated, then it shall be, when he maketh his sons to inherit that which he hath.
So, as a man out of two wives situation, he got two children. He said, the one that was the hated, read.
It says, then it shall be, when he maketh his sons to inherit that which he hath, that he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated.
So it said man can't pick and choose to decide who they're gonna love based on what woman was better to them. Read on.
Which is indeed the firstborn.
He said, because there is a law of the firstborn. The law of the firstborn is, whichever one is the firstborn child, they are the ones that receive the inheritance. That's the law. That's the law of the firstborn. Read.
Verse 17. But he shall acknowledge the son of the hated for the firstborn by giving him a double portion.
He said the firstborn child receives what?
A double portion.
Should not have Esau received a double portion of the inheritance because truly Esau was the firstborn? Should have not Esau received the inheritance
Con.
and the covenant and the promises?
He was the firstborn.
He was the firstborn.
Con.
Finish that.
Con. It says, by giving him a double portion of all that he has.
He said Esau should have got a double portion of everything that Isaac had.
Con.
Esau should have got it.
That's the normal way you do things.
That's the law.
Yeah.
That's the law of inheritance. You're supposed to give the firstborn child double of what the other children receive. Read on.
For he is the beginning of his strength.
He says because that firstborn child is the beginning of a man's strength. So that firstborn child should receive a double portion of the inheritance. Esau should have gotten a double portion.
And he was expecting that.
And he was.
Because
expecting
what, it's one thing that you're by law, but you're growing up with the mentality of, I know what it's going to be.
I already know that I get a double portion.
You're seeing your dad do well. You're seeing him prosper. Like, man, he's doing well.
That means I'm going to do well.
I'm going to be doing well.
I'm going to do great.
Doing well.
Doing well. That's what people want to do.
Yeah.
They want to do well. But you know, especially when you know you got it coming to you. Because you were the firstborn biologically. You received the law of a double portion of that inheritance. But the Most High switched it up. He said, no, I'm not. Don't you know that I could have chosen Esau and Esau would have got a double blessing? He said, but yet I have loved you. Read verse 2.
Malachi, right?
Yep.
Okay, fine.
You're in Malachi. You're going to bounce back and forth. Just hold Malachi. Yeah. Hold Malachi chapter 1. We're in verse 3.
Yes, the oldest son, the first son is the first heir.
Yes, the oldest son, the firstborn son of a man receives a double portion of his father's inheritance.
It's the Bible.
But the Most High allowed Jacob, being the secondborn, to be the one that was blessed. And the Most High is reminding Israel in this time that I didn't have to do that, but I chose Jacob over Esau. Read verse 2 again.
Come. Malachi chapter 1 and verse 2. I had loved you, saith the Most High. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us?
But what we turn around and say, well, man, I don't see it. But that's why he has to remind us where his love started at for the children of Israel. Read.
That was showing love from the first place. Listen, you guarantee we're supposed to get it.
Yep, you didn't have no chance.
I made an exception and showed favor to you that I normally don't show. It's not normal to give the double portion to the majority of the inheritance to the second son. That's very, very rare.
That's not supposed to be that way. So the Most High created the conditions so that Israel can receive this double portion. He created the conditions for it. Give me verse 3. Malachi chapter 1 verse 3.
Malachi chapter 1 and verse 3. And I hated Esau.
He said, but you know what? When them children came out, he said, man, I hated Esau. What does that mean for Israel? Does that because the Most High hated Israel? Give me Deuteronomy chapter 9 verse 5. Because the Most High hated Esau.
Esau.
Because the Most High hated Esau. Is that a reason to pat ourselves on the back? Go to Deuteronomy chapter 9 verse 5.
Deuteronomy chapter 9 and verse 5. Not for thy righteousness.
Read it again.
It says, not for thy righteousness.
He said what?
Not for thy righteousness.
Read on.
Or for the uprightness of thine heart.
Read.
Dost thou go to possess their land?
He says, it's not because you're righteous am I allowing you to have a place of worship and a place where you can call your own. So just because the Most High said he hated Esau, that didn't make us righteous.
Yeah.
That didn't make, he hated Esau, so that means we were righteous. No, that's not the case. Just because the Most High said, listen, I hated Esau, that doesn't mean that we got to hang our hats on the fact that we're upright and just people, because we're not. Or we're better than Esau. Because that's how we would like to look at it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm better than Esau. That's why the Most High hated Esau. No, that's not the reason why the Most High hated Esau. It's the Most High's doing. It's by his choice that he chose to hate Esau. It wasn't because we're upright and we're righteous. Look at how we deal with each other. Read on.
It says, but for the wickedness of these nations.
He said, the reason I'm going to cast them out of this land and give you the land of Israel and give you Jerusalem is because the wickedness of the nations. Read on.
It says, but for the wickedness of these nations, the Most High thy power doth drive them out from before thee, and that he may perform the word which the Most High swear unto thy father.
And the Most High is going to keep his promise. But is the Most High keeping his promise where Ezra just instituted the rebuilding of the temple of a burnt down city? Is it because we were more righteous than the other nations? Is it because we were more righteous than our brother Jacob? Is that why the Most High chose Jacob over Esau? No, it's not. It's not because we're more righteous or that we're more upright in heart. We're not. So go back to Malachi chapter. Hold that. Matter of fact, in Malachi, give me Malachi 1 and 3 one more time, and then we're gonna go to Romans. Let me put this on. Then we're gonna go to Romans chapter 9. Read that verse 3.
Malachi chapter 1 and verse 3. And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
So he said, the Most High said, I hated him, and I'm going to destroy his land and his inheritance. Go to Romans chapter 9, start at verse 14.
Romans chapter 9 and verse 14. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? Is the Most High unfair? Because some people will say, man, that's not, God is unjust. How can he choose one son over the other? They're both twins. They're both from the same father, same mother. How can God be unjust to where he chose Jacob over Esau? God is not fair. That's what it makes it seem like. God is unfair. How can he choose one people over the other? Read. God forbid. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy.
The Most High said what?
It says, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy.
The Most High said, it's up to me to decide who I'm going to have mercy on.
Right.
It's up to me to decide who's going to receive my kindness. Who's going to be a recipient of my pity? Who's going to be considered? It's up to the Most High to decide that. It's not up to us to decide how the Most High should choose the people that's born on the earth.
Yeah.
Like the Most High told Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy. Read on.
And I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
Read on.
Verse 16. So then, it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that showeth mercy.
It said it's not because of what somebody has done or what Jacob has done that Jacob is more righteous. It's not what Jacob has performed that he executed that caused the Most High to say, you know what, now I understand why Jacob is better. It's nothing that Jacob did. Or it's not by Jacob's design that the Most High chose Jacob over Esau. It wasn't by Jacob's will that he was chosen. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 7.
Okay. Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 7. The Most High did not set his love upon you.
He said the Most High did not set his love upon you. We're talking about this conversation that the Most High told Malachi to have with the children of Israel. He said, I love you, but we turn around and say, wherein hast thou loved us? He's demonstrating through the birth of Esau and Jacob the fact that I chose you over Esau.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because you wanted me to choose you or you did something worthy of you being chosen. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 7. The Most High did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people.
Or the Most High didn't choose us because what?
You were more number than any people.
Because we had the greatest population. The children of Israel did not have the biggest population. And it wasn't by numbers of why the Most High said, man, I choose this team over this other team. I choose these people over these people because they're greater in number. That's actually not the case either.
And a king, it would be advantageous to a king to choose the larger congregation. That's more people to worship you.
Yep.
He chose the least.
And have more servants too.
Yeah, and have more servants.
Yep.
He chose the least.
Yep. And it would be that way, but that's not why the Most High did it. It wasn't by our will. It wasn't by our doing. It wasn't by that we were more righteous than anybody else. The Most High is making his case. The fact that I'm trying to let you know that I chose you because I chose you. I love you because I love you. Not that you deserve it. Not because you were more righteous. Not because you were more in number. The Most High said he even tweaked the inheritance to where it fell on Jacob over Esau. Not because Jacob was better. It's just that the Most High chose. That was his choosing. That was his selection. And it wasn't because Jacob was or Israel was a larger number of people. Read on.
Okay. It says, the Most High did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people. For ye were the fewest of all people.
He said you were the what?
You were the fewest of all people.
You actually were the smallest of the nations.
Yeah.
When you look at even the Hamite nations, he said 7 nations that are greater and mightier than thou shalt overcome and destroy and take their land. There was already people that were stronger, more mighty in war, bigger, and had bigger populations.
With organized society.
Yep, with pre-existing societies. And he said, I didn't choose you because you were more in number. You were actually smaller. So it wasn't out of a design based upon a man's perspective of how he would think that the Most High would select somebody. Because you know what? A man will look at another man's wife, and a man will say, man, why did he choose that woman? Man, as good looking as that brother is, he could have chose a better woman. Do they not?
People say that all the time.
Even the other way around.
Oh, the other way around.
Yeah.
Well, look at this woman. As good as this woman looked, she could chose any man she wanted. She could have had a better looking man.
With more money.
With more money, that does better. That's better situated.
Why are you with this guy?
More organized.
Yeah.
But when we look at things from man's perspective, things on our perspective is not how the Most High looks at things. His judgment and determination far excels our judgment and determination. Yep. We criticize things and make decisions based upon man's perspective and his artificial ability to judge and perceive people.
And it's very close to how David was picked. David had older brothers. They
bigger.
were stronger.
Yep.
They were bigger. Mm-hmm. They're mighty in war. And then he's like, I can't anoint these guys. Do you have any other sons? And Dad's like, he didn't even consider it. He said, I got one more, but he's nobody, man. He's a shepherd, man. He's out there in the fields just watching sheep.
Yep.
That's the king. What? You gotta anoint him? Over these big brothers out there in Saul's army?
But does the Most High see how man sees?
He don't see the way man sees.
He doesn't. The Most High, he's letting us know, man, the Most High said, man, I love you because I love you. It's not even a matter of conditions or righteousness or numbers. I love you because I love you.
I chose to put my love upon you.
Right. So, but we don't even see it. That's the sad part. The Most High is having to have a conversation, a relationship conversation to the children of Israel about love. Because we just can't understand how God loved us. We don't see it. It goes over our head. Read.
Verse 8. But because the Most High loved you, and because he will keep the oath which he has sworn unto your father.
And he said, because the Most High is a man of his word, he's not a liar. He doesn't retract from his word. He loves you, and he made an oath to your fathers that you will forever be his people. And for that reason, his love will always be bestowed upon you. Read on.
Have the Most High brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen?
He said, didn't the Most High bring you out of a strong... Wasn't Egypt the premier nation on the earth?
Right.
And you were powerless against your slave masters?
Right.
You had no control over your slave masters.
Period.
You were suffering in bondage and could have been that way forever.
Yeah.
He said, but then the Most High pull you out of a mighty master. Read on.
Come. It says, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, know therefore that the Most High thy power, he is the Most High, the faithful power, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations.
The Most High is declaring and showing how his love is concrete. Our love is made out of sand. It's easily blown by the wayside. The Most High's love is firm. Ours isn't. The Most High has multiple acts of evidence to back up his love. We don't have all these acts and evidence to show that we love the Most High in return. But the Most High is constantly repeating the fact that, listen, don't you know I love you? He's telling Malachi, show him how I didn't have to choose Jacob over Esau. Show him how. This is what he's telling Moses to tell him. I brought you out of Egypt. How many reminders do you need for me to tell you so that you can know that I love you? For some reason, our people are shallow-minded and they have short-term memory when it comes to the Most High's love. We can't remember and understand, man. Because I had a bad day. I had a bad week. This weekend was tough. This day was rough. God don't love me no more. Off a 24-hour bad day. The Most High has now renounced his love because you had a bad week. Or maybe this ain't your year. Maybe 2025 is going to be better. Maybe this ain't your 2024 is not your year. Because you had a bad year, does that mean the Most High don't love you no more? The Most High just told us, he said, my love for you goes to 1,000 generations.
Yeah.
You haven't even you haven't lived long enough to even to appreciate the love I got for you and for it to be understood. That's why he told them in verse 9, he says what?
It says, know therefore.
Stop. He said what?
Know therefore.
What does that mean to know therefore? What is he saying?
Yeah, remember this.
Won't you understand? To know something means you understand. He said, don't you understand that although your life may not be the way you want it, I love you? Don't you understand that you may not have the things that you want in life, but I still love you? Don't you understand that life is tough and you may have your gripes and complaints, but I love you and I love your foreparents and I love your future generation? If we reading this correctly, is the Most High not trying to bring forth the evidence and the proof and the previous actions in past times to demonstrate his love for us? But we turn around and say, man, I don't get it. I don't understand. If there was a God, that's what everybody say. If there was a God, that's how they preface every statement that come out of their mouth. Well, if there was a God, then I would have such and such. If there was a God, I would be in such and such place. If there was a God, I would be. Our people got all these different phony baloney conceptions about if there was a God.
Based off, if I don't have my preferences, then there's not a God, what you're saying.
Yeah. But that's what our people do. We determine God, if God's real or if he loves us based upon, is he giving me what I want? But not understanding, man, I've already given you what you want and what you need. I've had this conversation with your foreparents. He said, my love for you is firm to 1,000 generations. Little do you know that. Little do you understand that. We're very short-sighted in not being able to recognize that the Most High has loved us historically. Read.
It says, know therefore that the Most High thy power, he is the Most High, the faithful power, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him.
And he said, man, and I'm going to keep my covenant and my mercy to them that love me back. Read.
And keep his commandments
Read.
to 1,000 generations.
So the Most High is letting you know his word is concrete. His love is firm. There's no greater love than the love that the Most High got for Israel. And of all this love and all this evidence, we can't see it. Of all what the Most High is declaring, we can't identify it because it doesn't make sense to us. We can't wrap this idea around our mind based on our current condition. Read on.
Verse 10. And repayeth them that hate him to their face.
And he says, for those people that hate you, he said, I'm going to repay them to their face. I'm going to put it in the face.
Yeah.
In the face. Like Coming to America said. Like Eddie Murphy said. In the face. The Most High going to put it. He going to show them, listen, I loved you and I'm going to let them know that. And they're going to see it. Read on.
To destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hateth him. He will repay him to his face. Thou shalt therefore keep the commandments.
He said, and for this reason that I love you so much, and I made a promise to your forefathers, and I'm gonna smash anybody that hates you and I'm gonna smash them to their face. He says, for this reason is why you should keep the commandments that much more. Mm-hmm. Because look at what I've been giving you. Look at what you're gonna inherit and the opportunity that's in front of you if you just keep my commandments.
You have a defender.
You stay in my love.
Come on.
You stay in my good graces. Read on.
And the statutes and the judgments which I command thee this day to do them.
Now go back to Romans chapter 9, verse 16.
Romans chapter 9 and verse 16. So then, it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that showeth mercy.
It's the Most High's decision to show mercy. Read on.
Verse 17. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for the same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
He says, I use Pharaoh as a setup. I set Pharaoh up to fall, just so the whole world knows that I love you, as evidence that I love y'all over everybody else. A hit got put out on Pharaoh.
Come on.
The Most High inflated Pharaoh's pride just to destroy him, just so the world could understand, man, the God of Israel really loves the children of Israel. So it can be known from generation and generation that there's evidence and proof that the Most High loves the children of Israel. Read on.
God. It says, for the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for the same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
Read on.
Therefore, have he mercy on whom he will have mercy.
It says, for this reason, the Most High is telling us, listen, it's up to me to decide who I love more than somebody else. People may say, man, I don't understand how God could choose one person or one people over another people. The Most High said, that's my choosing. Read on. Then nobody can reply against that.
He can have his preference.
Right. We can have preferences. Most High got preferences too.
Yeah.
Read.
It says, therefore, have he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will hardeneth. Thou wilt say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who have resisted his will?
But we're going to say, man, there's something wrong with that. I don't like how selective the Most High is. Don't we all bleed the same red blood? Isn't all man equal? Not in the Most High's eyes. Man will say all men is equal. The Most High says no, all men are not equal. Read on.
Verse 20. Nay, but O man, who art thou that repliest against the Most High?
Well, God is a racist. Call him what you want. But he is a racist. He is for a race of people.
Yep.
Read.
Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, Why hast thou made me thus?
He said, why have thou made me what?
Thus.
Like this.
Why did you make, who are we to speak against the Creator? Can the thing that's formed say to the thing that formed it, why did you make me Jacob? Or can Esau say, how come you made me be the one that's hated? How come you made my lineage and my seed be the hated of the earth? Esau could be mad all they want.
Yep.
And they can say, man, that's not fair. Yes, sir.
We ain't got no say so.
No, we don't.
We ain't got no say so.
Nobody has say so on either side. Whether you were born as the children of Israel or you were born as Esau's lineage, nobody can determine and speak against the Most High for how they were placed on this earth.
Yep.
And who their parents were. That goes beyond your understanding. That's above your will.
Yep.
Read.
It says, nay, but, O man, who art thou that repliest against the Most High? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
Why did you make me Esau? An Edomite might think that, man, God, I can't believe in God. Because he made me an Edomite. Can you think about what an Edomite feels? I actually never thought about that. but I never thought about how it feels to be in the shoes of an Edomite.
Man.
How unjust and how unethical God must be. Man, he's not right. Well, he is right.
He is right.
Or because we say, man, then I wish I was born a Moabite or an Ammonite.
That's crazy.
I don't even know why I was born in the projects, in the ghetto, the slums, the barrio, the worst places that anybody could be born of in the world. How come how come I wasn't born in Sweden? And I was Swedish. How come I wasn't German? Read? I mean, what you got?
I don't know if you've seen it, man. You remember that Judite kid? He was in the back of the car, he was crying. He's like, why you crying? He's like, I want to be Mexican.
Yeah.
I want quesadillas.
He said, I want quesadillas. I remember that.
That's a funny video.
That's a funny video. But he said, man, because he loved Mexican food. I said, Judite kid, Judite that love Israelite food. He said, I want to be Mexican. I want quesadillas. I said, I remember that. That was funny.
That was funny.
But you know what? You can cry all you want. Well, how can you determine what the Most High decides to make you?
Yes. That's such a lot.
You don't have that control. You don't have that power to distinguish or determine who your foreparents are. Read verse 21.
Verse 21. Have not the potter power over the clay?
He says, doesn't the potter have power over the clay? The Most High has to go into this conversation as a reminder to the children of Israel that I love you. He has to go to this depths and this degree to determine so that the children of Israel can know, hey man, the Most High does love us. He's right. He didn't have to bring us out of Egypt. He's right. We could have been Edomites. We could have been born of children of Edom. We could have been Esau. 21.
It says, have not the potter power over the clay? Of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor.
Jacob was born out of the same lump that Esau was born out of. They came from the same lump. They came from the same father, Isaac.
Yep.
They came out the same mother, Rebekah. They came from the same lump. But they had two different purposes. They came from the same lump, but they had two different destinies. They came from the same lump. They were brothers. But the Most High had two different wills. It wasn't by what will you want. It's by what the Most High wants. You can pick and choose all day. But that may not be what the Most High wants. You can have favorites all day long. But you got to understand, what does the Most High want? It's His will that will be done. Read.
It says, of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor.
The Most High takes the clay, and if the Most High takes a piece of clay, and He's shaping it, and He's making one vessel to honor, and He's making fine china, with gold leaflets and gold crowns, and he covers it and plates it in gold for a special purpose. Or he takes that same clump, a lump of clay, and he takes that clay and he makes it a vessel for throwing out the trash, a receptacle for trash. Who is to say what's right or who's wrong? The Most High can decide to shape and control and mold the clay for his particular purpose. It's the Most High's will to create and fashion things the way they are.
He's the creator.
That's why he's known as the creator. He is the one who is making the creations on earth. He's the one who's making the nations on earth. It's not our design. We don't control that. Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 33 in the Apocrypha and give me verse 7. 33.
Ecclesiastes chapter 33 and verse 7. Why doth one day excel another?
The Most High said, listen, the Most High is the creator. He made everything for a particular reason. The Most High takes one lump of clay and make one type of man. The Most High take from that same type mold of clay, piece of clay, mound of clay, and makes another type of man. He said he makes one vessel unto honor, and he makes one vessel unto dishonor. Read verse 7.
Verse 7. Why doth one day excel another?
Go ahead.
When as all the light of every day in the year is of the sun.
It says, even the same question can be asked about how come all the days aren't the same if a day is brought about by the same sun. The same light is shined upon the earth every day of the week. It's not like the Most High is using multiple suns and switching suns to give light on the earth. He said the Most High is using the same instrument to shed light upon the earth, but yet every day is not the same. That's why he's asking that same question. How is the Most High making days different, but we're using the same material and we're getting light from the same source? Read.
Verse 8. By the knowledge of the Most High.
Stop. Who's deciding to use the same sun to give light on the earth?
The Most High.
The knowledge, it's by the Most High's will. The Most High said in the beginning, he made a greater light for the day and a lesser light for the night, to rule the night. The Most High decided he put the sun and moon in place to distinguish day from night from the very beginning of time. He said it's by the knowledge of the Most High. Read on.
They were distinguished.
So then how come the sun don't come out at night then? And then how come the moon don't come out in the day and give the light in the day and be the dominant in the day? Can we speak against that? Can we question that? No, that's how the Most High made it.
People do, though. They change the times and seasons.
Yep, they do. Because people dispute how the Most High created things.
They
don't agree.
I don't feel like the body I got belongs to me. I think I'm a different entity within this body. I think the entity of the body and the entity of the spirit are not the same within the same person. That's the same thinking pattern.
Yep.
It's an extension of the same thinking pattern. Yeah, you know what? I disagree with this. I disagree with that. Then I wish I was a different race. Then I wish I was a different, gen. It's online. We can't.
We're going to go there in a second. Yeah, okay. I got you. No, but people say, you know what? They question these things. A lot of people question the Most High's knowledge and how he created things. We can question it all we want. We can say, well, summertime is wintertime. So, you know what? I'm gonna dress warm and I'm gonna throw on extra coats in the summer. Okay. You can call summer what you want, but it's still gonna be hot. You can't change that.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do is to not deny the seasons and dress appropriately for the season. Dress in accordance with the weather. You can say, man, it ain't cold outside, even though it's wintertime, and you can go outside with a tank top on and some flip-flops. You can tell yourself what you want. That doesn't mean it's true. Yeah. I can tell myself, well, I'm the love of the Most High. There's a nation now on earth that calls themselves the children of God in Jerusalem. They can call themselves what they want, but that's not how they were created. People can adopt, they can overthrow, they can take upon and seize people's lands. That doesn't mean they are the people of that land. Read.
It says, by the knowledge of the Most High, they were distinguished.
He says the Most High divides everything and it's made everything to be distinguished. Get the definition of distinguished. The Most High, who is the creator of all things, made all things to be distinguished. What does he mean?
Distinguished. 1828, Webster's Dictionary. It says, separated.
It says the Most High created everything to be what?
Separated.
Everything isn't the same. Every man is not the same man in the eyes of the Most High. Every man doesn't have the same value in the eyes of the Most High. That's why the Most High is saying, wasn't Esau Jacob's brother? He said, but yet I love you. He said, I separated my love between these two children that came from the same lump. The Most High made everything to be distinguished. Everything is to be separated. Read.
Separated from others by superior or extraordinary quality.
So the Most High is the one that determines how things are distinguished, how things are separated based on quality. It's not the person, it's not the people, it's not the nation. It's the Most High that determines what is the vessel of honor and what is the vessel of dishonor. It's the Most High that decides that. We don't choose that. The Most High is the one that's doing the distinguishing. So, read that again.
Ecclesiastes chapter 33 and verse 8. By the knowledge of the Most High, they were distinguished, and he altered seasons and feasts.
So the Most High said he's the one that divided the year into days, and not all the days have the same value.
No.
Even though they have the same source of light. They don't all carry the same weight. They don't have the same meaning. Some days are to be distinguished or separated from other days. All days are not the same. Some days are considered high holy days. Some days are holier than other days. The Sabbath, which is today, is more holy to the Most High than the other days. Now you could say, man, the Sabbath is not that important. Does that make it right because you say the Sabbath is not to be observed and it's not that big of a day? You can go party and go live it up on the Sabbath. Does that mean that the Most High feels the same way, who created the Sabbath to be a day above other days? To be separated and distinguished above other days. This might be a day where you feel like this is my day to catch up and run errands and do what I want to do. You may call the Sabbath what you want, but does that make it agreeable to the purpose of what the Most High created it for? Every day doesn't have the same value. Just like every season doesn't have the same value. Read.
It says, some of them have he made high days.
He says,
all of them.
Some days are made what?
High days.
Some days are high days. These are high holy days.
These are very important days. It's not a normal day.
This is not a normal day. This is not a day that you do what you want to do, how you want to do it. You got other days to do what you want to do. There's some days, the Most High said, that stand above others. Purim, Feast of Weeks, Hanukkah, was Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah, Day of Atonement, Memorial Blowing of the Trumpets, Feast of Tabernacles. These days are different from regular days. These days require something different from you.
Yeah.
They have special observance on these days. Not all the days have the same value. Read.
It says, and hallowed them.
He said, and certain days are hallowed, meaning they're consecrated. That means certain days are holy. That means you got to recognize all the days that the Most High say are holy. You have to recognize and be in agreement to the fact that this is not a regular day. This is a hallowed day. This is a special day from the Most High. That's sacred to the Most High. that stands above other days. Even though this day got the same amount of time, it's still 12 hours in the day, 12 hours at night. It's still the same sun shining on, same light shining on the day. It doesn't mean the Most High says the day is the same. But people may say it's just another day. The Most High said, man, that is the Shabbat, or that is the Feast of Tabernacles, or that's the Day of Atonement. That's the day that you gotta sacrifice yourself, and you gotta abstain from any pleasure. That's a day that you gotta fast and pray. That's a day set aside for that fasting and prayer. Every day is to be distinguished, to be separated based on quality. The Most High has made everything in the earth that way. Everybody can understand it, but not everybody agrees with it. Some people say, man, it's my day off. So whatever I want to do on my day off excels and is more important than anything that the Most High says I got to be doing.
That's just
because it's my day off. Everything has its distinction. Read that right there. What verse you on?
We're on Ecclesiastes chapter 33 and verse 9.
You're in verse 9, right?
Yes, sir.
Stop right there. No, read verse 10.
Did you want to finish 9?
Yeah, finish 9 and then go to 10.
Okay,
I want to get something else.
Come. Ecclesiastes chapter 33 and verse 9. Some of them have he made high days and hallowed them, and some of them have he made ordinary days.
And some days are ordinary. Some days are regular days. Just another Monday.
Yep.
Just another Monday. Just another Tuesday. There's certain days are just regular days. But some days are not regular days. They're not ordinary days. You can't treat them as ordinary. They have a special purpose. And they have a special design. They have a special nature. Give me this right here. Give me Philo chapter or page 294. Read this for me right here. It says God taught man in an invisible manner. Read that.
all right. Most High taught every one of us in an invisible manner, as he does now, to arrange everything in such way as to produce an exact opposition.
It says, and Philo is saying that the Most High has created everything to be produced in an exact what?
Opposition.
There's day, then there's what?
There's night.
There's night. There's
That's
hot,
dope.
and then there's what?
It's cold.
There's cold. There's left, then there's right. There's north, there's south. There's east, there's west. He said, Philo is saying everything has been created in a what?
Exact opposition.
It says it's created in exact opposition. There's male, and then there's what?
There's female.
There's female. There's him, there's her. There's she, there's he. So the Most High said everything. I mean, he's bringing out. Philo is bringing out how God has taught us that the Most High has made things in exact opposition. Read on.
Not arranging them in wholes.
In wholes, meaning everything is not the same. Read on.
But in equal divisions.
He says the Most High divided things in divisions. Read on.
For the one thing consists of the two opposite parts.
Just like a day is 24 hours, but it still has opposite parts. Half of the day is light. The other half of the day is night. Ancient writers understood that was by God's design. That was by the Most High's design to separate the whole into parts. Just like out of man, woman was created out of man. Out of one man's body, a woman was pulled and made and created out of that man from that man's rib. So out of one came two. Read on.
And when that one thing is bisected, then the opposite parts are easily known.
He says, so when you separate two parts in the half, a whole into a half, you can easily distinguish each part. And it's made to be distinguishable. But we live in a generation where a man is trying to decide on what his distinguished part is and what role he wants to be and play in the earth. We live in a time frame where man will say, even though he is created and distinguished and separated to be a man, we live in a time frame where a man can say, well, I don't want to be a man. I want to be a what? Woman. I want to be a woman. Or a woman will say, I don't want to be a woman. I want to be a what? Man. But it goes against what the Most High distinguished. It's standing in opposition to what he created so that you could see the two parts for what they are. So it can be easily seen that that's a man. It can be easily seen that that's a woman. But that's why it says a man shall not wear that which pertaineth to a what? A woman. Because a man could be seen, he's dressing like a man. He has a beard, which is a badge of manly dignity. So you can identify that that is a man. A woman is to wear those things that pertain to a woman, so you can identify that is a woman. Everything has its distinction. Days have their distinction. Genders have their distinction. In Genesis chapter 5, verse 1, he said what?
Now, Genesis chapter 5, verse 1.
Yes.
It says, this is the book of the generations of Adam. In the day that the Most High created man, in the likeness of the Most High made he him.
He said the Most High created man as a reflection of himself. Read on.
Male and female.
He said, but he also made two parts out of the whole. He said, out of the two parts of Adam, he made what?
Male and female.
There was a distinction between the two parts of Adam. One part of Adam's lineage or creation or race is to be male, and the other part what?
To be female.
Read on.
Created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam.
But he called their name Adam as a race of people, as a nation of people, Adamites. Okay. Out of this race of people, this Adamite nation, proceeded two genders, male and female. The Most High didn't create 3 genders, 4 genders, 5 genders, 6 genders. In the beginning, the Most High created 2 genders, male and female. Created he what?
Yeah.
By distinction, and they have their separate distinction. They have their separated differences. They have their different qualities. They have their different values. But he called their name as a whole. So back to Ecclesiastes chapter 33 and read verse 10.
Ecclesiastes chapter 33 and verse 10. And all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth.
It says, and all man was made from the ground. Adam was created from the earth. Read on.
And much knowledge the Most High had divided them.
He said the Most High, all the children of Adam are not the same. Just because all mankind on earth comes from Adam, the Most High still divided them as far as his intentions. Read.
And made their ways diverse.
And he said he made all the nations' ways what?
Diverse.
Even though they come from what?
Adam.
They all come from Adam. All man comes from Adam. But every man's, there's a distinction, a separation of quality amongst all the children that came out of Adam. Which everybody knows that all of us that came on the earth, that are born on the earth, we all come out of Adam's lineage. But that doesn't mean we're all the same. All man is not the same. All man is not equal. Although humans may say different, that doesn't mean that's what the Most High agrees to. Read on.
Okay. Verse 12. It says, some of them have he blessed.
See, he said already, some of Adam's lineage, some of Adam's people that were born from his seed, some of them are what?
Blessed.
And what?
And exalted.
And some are raised above others. They don't have the same value. Days are distinguished. Months are distinguished. Years are distinguished. Genders are distinguished. The races of people are distinguished in the eyes of the Most High. Not everybody's equal.
Yeah.
Some of them he blessed and what?
And exalted.
Read.
And some of them have he sanctified.
And some have he sanctified, meaning he separated for a particular purpose.
Okay.
He cleaned them up for a purpose. Read.
And set near himself.
He says some of Adam's lineage, they belong to me. I want them next to me. They're mine. They're special to me. Just like he said, some days are high and holy, and some days are ordinary. Some men are ordinary men. Some peoples are ordinary people. Then there's a race of people on earth that is not ordinary. They are closer to the Most High. They belong to the Most High. Read on.
But some of them have he cursed.
And some men on the earth, some nations were made to be what?
Cursed.
So everybody's not the same, and neither was everybody made for the same purpose. Read.
And brought low.
And they were brought down low. Read on.
And turned out of their places.
And they were kicked out of their lands. The Most High uprooted nations that he didn't like so much, removed them from their land, and gave the land to the people that he had a special affinity for.
And he had every right to do so.
He has every right to do so.
Okay.
And when you read their history is not so pleasant. It's not like he's just this bad guy. He even gave them a chance to get right. When you read Wisdom of Solomon chapter 12, he gave the previous inhabitants of Israel, when it was called the land of Canaan, he gave those previous inhabitants an opportunity to do right by him and stop committing the sacrilegious, foul acts they were committing in that land. He sent swarm after swarm, and he dealt with his judgment little by little, and they didn't submit to his judgment, and then came in what? The time he said, okay, cool, then you got the land. I'm going to bring in these Hebrews. So he just wasn't unfair. He was always fair in his rules. But people aren't the same. Like every bird ain't the same size. It'd be crazy birds outside, you just see every bird's like the size of a condor.
Every bird is black.
every bird is
Every bird is all black. Only black birds on the earth. Well, the Most High made things to be distinguished, man.
That'd be crazy,
He didn't make everything to be the same, bro. It could have been, but everything is not the same because everything has a different purpose.
Yeah.
It's separated by purposes, by qualities.
Yeah.
But there is a distinction. Go to Romans chapter 9. Now go to Romans chapter 9 and read back to verse 17 so we understand what Paul is saying. Paul is not saying anything new. He's not expressing anything that hasn't already been written. This has already been known. Romans chapter 9 verse 17.
Romans chapter 9 and verse 17. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
Read.
Therefore, have he mercy on whom he will have mercy.
It says, therefore, the Most High is the one that decides who gets his mercy. Some people are blessed. Some people are cursed. Some people are exalted. Some people are brought low. Although man comes from the same lump, yes, all men bleed. All men bleed the same red blood. That doesn't mean to the Most High that all men are the same. They're not.
Okay.
Read on.
Dogs bleed red blood.
Yeah. Animals bleed too.
Yeah.
Read.
It says, and whom he will hardeneth. Thou wilt say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault?
It says can we say, man, that I don't like the Most High's decisions? I don't like his determination. Why I can't be who I want to be and have free will, so to speak? Free choice. Read.
For who have resisted his will?
Go ahead.
Nay, but, O man, who art thou that repliest against the Most High? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
We read that earlier. Read on.
Have not the potter power over the clay?
It says, have not the potter power over the what?
Clay.
The clay is man. Because all men are made out of clay. They all come out the earth.
Yep.
But the Most High does not fashion man to the same value and the same determination, nor the same future. All men are not created equal. They're not. But who's gonna be able to tell the Lord, you know what, you're wrong. I don't agree with you. You cannot agree all you want. But the truth of it is, the Most High decides who's close to him and who's not. Who's special to him and who's not. Finish that.
It says, have not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor?
So go back to Ecclesiastes 33, because like Paul is not saying anything new. Yes, sis.
I know that we look at this from a nation standpoint, and that also the individuals within a nation.
Yes. Absolutely. Parkford, who got one? Joseph, you got a Parkford? Get one. We're in Ecclesiastes. Tell me what page you on.
We on page 90.
Read that.
Page 90.
Page 90. We're in verse 13, right?
Yes, sir.
Read that.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 33 and verse 13. Page 90.
But to answer your question, sis, yes, and one example of that is Dathan and Korah, who didn't agree that Moses and Aaron were selected being younger in age and also not as wealthy and prominent amongst the nation, but because they felt like, you know, we're the children of the Most High, you know, we're Levites, we're wise men. How is it that Moses and Aaron is over us, is preferred before us? You know, they had an issue with that. And when they took issue upon that, the Most High had to make a declaration and let it be known whose side is he on. And certain men were swallowed up and the rest burnt to death. But even amongst our own nation, the Most High picks and chooses who he will set up and not. You know, so it's the Most High's lot. It's his determination, even amongst our own people.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 33 and verse 13. As the clay is in the potter's hand.
The Most High is the one, wherever he sits at, he said, heaven is my throne and the earth is my footstool. The Most High's got the clay, and he's molding the clay. And he's shaping man to be what he wants it to be. He's making the characters. He's making the actors. He's making the performers. He's the one that's creating the molds. He's behind the creation of everything that's on earth. When you look at all the nations, although all nations come from Adam, the Most High said, man, I got some set up to play different roles. The Most High is behind the one that's doing the fashioning. Read on.
It says, as the clay is in the potter's hand, to fashion it at his pleasure.
Go ahead.
So man is in the hand of him that made him.
It says man also is in the hand of who?
Of him that made him.
So if you come to the knowledge that you are of the children of Israel, then be happy for the fact that you're the children of Israel. You have a role to play. If you are Edomite, be happy that you're Edomite because the Most High made you for a role and a purpose. But you got to accept the fact that the Most High made you who you are, and that wasn't by your determination, and you didn't get to pick and choose where you come from.
If I don't accept what the Most High made me and how the Most High made me, is that called pride?
It's pride, and you could resist, and you could disobey, and fight against his will, but there's no winning. There's no winning because you can't go against your design.
So
I'm an Android. I can't be.
You can denounce.
Yeah.
You can denounce your citizenship to the United States of America. You can say, I no longer am a citizen of the United States of America. You can denounce that. I relinquish my rights as a citizen of the U.S. I no longer want to be a citizen. Can you denounce the fact that you're a Hebrew Israelite and you belong to the Most High? Because that's won by blood. That's won by nationality.
It's blood covenant.
That's not won by choice. You can denounce your religion, whatever it may be. You can say, I'm no longer a Catholic. I'm no longer a Baptist. I'm no longer this. But to say that I don't have to follow the commandments anymore, I'm not obligated to follow the Most High's commandments anymore. You can say that, but that's not how the Most High sees it. Read on.
It says, God. It says, as the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him.
Read.
To render to them as liketh him best.
It says he gives to man based upon what he likes the best.
God.
So when the Most High is telling Malachi to tell the children of Israel, man, don't you know I love you? And our response is what? How does the Most High love us? He said, how? He said what?
It says, wherein hast thou loved us?
But we say how? He said, was not Jacob Esau's brother?
Huh.
Was not Esau and Jacob brothers? But yet I loved you?
Come.
Don't you know I could have took that same lump of clay and said, well, that clay is special more to me than this clay? I could have chose Esau over Jacob, but I didn't.
Or your spirit could have went to the body of a Canaanite, the
Yep.
ancient Canaanite.
Yep.
Could have been one of them.
Could have been a Canaanite. Could have been a Girgashite, a Hittite.
Yeah.
Could have been anything. But the Most High said, he's letting us know, man, this is how much I love you. I made you who you are. You should at least be appreciative for that. Read.
It says, good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly.
Go ahead.
So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are 2 and 2, one against another.
He said there's 2 against 2, one against another. The Most High made things in polarities. He made things to be distinguished. So go back to now Romans chapter 9, where Paul, and we'll finish what Paul is saying. Romans chapter 9, verse 22.
Romans chapter 9 and verse 22. What if the Most High, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction?
What if the Most High has not decided to crack down on Esau yet? And Esau's kingdom lasts another 20 years. What if Esau's kingdom lasts another 50 years? What if Esau's kingdom lasts another 100 years? What does that mean for us? Say it again. This is what Isaiah say. Go to Isaiah chapter 26, verse 20. If the Most High decides to keep Esau's kingdom going for another 200 years, are we going to be mad that Esau's kingdom is going to get another 200?
I denounce my citizenship as an Israelite.
Yeah.
Like, just change?
You're going to change because the Most High may extend Esau's kingdom? You don't know. Read that right there in Isaiah chapter 26, verse 20.
Isaiah chapter 26 and verse 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers.
He says, you know what? Even if Esau's kingdom lasts another 50 years, he says your responsibility is to go in your what?
Chambers.
He said, you go in your chamber. That means you go mind your business.
Yeah.
Should we say, you know what? I gotta vote Esau out of his kingdom? You can't vote Esau out of his kingdom.
With his own game.
You can't vote Esau out of his kingdom. There's an old saying that the master's tools does not dismantle the master's house.
Wow. So that's a good saying right there, bro.
So you're not going to beat Esau's kingdom and go against it. There's no reason for us to defy Esau's kingdom. The Most High said, you know what? However long I decide to let this kingdom go or continue, and Esau has reign on the earth, he said, your job is to go in your chamber. Read.
And shut thy doors.
He said, you go mind your business.
Yeah.
Whatever I'm doing with Esau, if his kingdom go another 150 years, you go in your chamber and you go close the door. And you go mind your business.
That's insane.
You mind. This is what I got going on.
Yeah. I can't live like that. I can't let Esau, the man, have power over me another 20 years. I done gave 30 years to the job. I done gave 30 to the man. I gave 40 years to the man. I can't do it no more. You know what I say? You know what? Go in your chamber and go shut the door. Mind your business.
We'll study.
Whatever the Most High got going on with Esau's kingdom, and however long it lasts, so be it.
Be not, yeah.
Read.
It says, hide thyself as it were for a little moment.
Put your head down as if it's for a little moment, as if this is going to pass. This is not going to last long. Let me just focus on what I got to focus on until if the Most High extend this kingdom for 20 more years, then that's the Most High's mercy.
What does that have to do with my obedience? That's the question. We are supposed to individually have our own relationship with the Most High. That's when you get past 15 and 12, but you're responsible for your own relationship. Now, we say 18, but really it's younger than that because you're competent, you're conscious within those mid-teens. So the Most High is dealing with your conscience, whether you like it or not. In certain countries, 15-year-olds, they in kid armies, but they shooting people and doing all kinds of stuff.
They getting trained in guerrilla warfare.
Look, they get trained in guerrilla warfare at 12 years. I'm 12 years old. I don't know why you tripping. Listen, these are grown men smoking cigarettes, shooting people, killing people, witnessing murders, organizing strategies, killing tribes.
Yeah.
That's their life. Almost like I told you to do is stay in your pocket, stay in your lane, and work on the little ticky-tack issues you got going on, your little rebellions and little secret riots you got in your spirit. Because as you get older, those little riots get bigger.
Yeah.
Those little issues get bigger. When you're coughing your phone and your phones have things that shouldn't be in your phone. You get older, that issue gets more extreme. If you're a liar, you like just a little white here, a little lie here and there. As you get older, you get old in that wickedness, and you become one of those people that just, or you're a deceiver. You're a deceiver. You're just a liar. You can't take accountability. No one can tell you anything. You're always creating a lie to cover another lie. Those little character flaws from 12 through 16, they become bigger issues the older you get. So this is just people being religious. People just, this is Bible. It's Bible until you can't control your negative. Until that little serpent in the box becomes a boa constrictor. And you're in the bed and you're choking. And this spirit is surrounding you and squeezing the life out of you. Yeah. At first it was a garden snake. And we fed it. Oh man, that was a little garden snake. Man, I ain't going to get rid of it though. I'm going to feed it. Then that snake get bigger than you. And then that snake got you high. It got you put yourself in dangerous situations. It got you around bad people. It got you abusing yourself. It got you being abused. But when I was young, it wasn't that serious. No. Or when people bring it to your attention, you're old enough, because your car hasn't crashed, and your house hasn't been destroyed, and your rib hasn't left, and your marriage hasn't fallen apart. You haven't lost, you haven't lost a whole bunch of things. It's not serious until we're on the rock bottom. When you read the scriptures, how many times we going through Israel has to hit rock bottom now. It got to be the Babylonians. It got to be the Egyptians. It got to be the Romans. It got to be the Greeks. Now in America, talking about how long is it going to be? Well, listen, we've been in slavery for a couple thousand years, if you want to be honest.
Yep.
The slave master just, Most High just says, okay, next nation. They ain't figured out yet. Why do we have to learn the same lesson 8,000 times? We have to learn the same thing 1,000 times because we're truly not mature enough to self-reflect, to ask questions, and to take correction. It's a combination of self-reflection, asking questions, and taking critique. If we learn these lessons we learned from Malachi about the Most High's love and how valuable it is, then we don't walk around with self-esteem problems. Everybody says this new generation, and the old generation too. But the older it gets, you're comparing and contrasting your life. You're like born that way. You look at Instagram, my body doesn't like that body. My face don't like that face. That man got muscle I don't got. He drive where I ain't driving. He live where I don't live.
Yep.
When we were growing up, it was just how I'm living. We were compared to celebrities and stuff. Now anybody can be a celebrity. Yeah. Now people got filters. You don't know if it's real makeup or fake makeup. They can press a button, computer code, and there's a six-pack. It's not really there, but you see it. So the point is, you're living a life based off of comparing and contrasting. You never really build confidence who you are, but the root of that is, I'm not at peace with the Most High. That's the root of no self-esteem. Yeah. I'm not content with the Father, or I'm mad at the Father, or I question the Father, so I can't really see the good in myself.
And that's why, or I don't like the oppression that I'm receiving around me. Okay. And that's why the Most High said, well, mind your business. Go in your chamber and go and close the door behind you. Read on.
It says, hide thyself as it were of for a little moment,
Read.
until the indignation be overpassed.
Because the Most High got Esau and his kingdom going the direction that he wants it to go. The Most High is behind the duration of every kingdom and how long every kingdom survives. Read on.
Come. Verse 21. It says, for, behold, the Most High cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity.
It says the Most High is going to come out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The Most High has got to pay Esau back. We don't have to do nothing. We got to just mind our business and focus on the fact that the Most High loves us and change how we deal with each other. Read on.
The earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain.
You know, there's a lot of things that Esau has done where all the evidence is hid from how Esau has put our people to death. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You know how many cities that have been flooded out by dams that were once thriving cities that are now underwater, that are now popular lake destinations and resort destinations, but under those lakes are whole communities that were burnt down. How many people have been kicked out of their own land and robbed of their own land? You know how many? Yeah, you look at where Gad live at now on reservations. That's not even close to what Gad had at their disposal. You know, Gad had the water. Gad had the entire coast from sea to sea. Now you look at they say some of the poorest communities in America are Native American reservations. They're some of the poorest communities in the whole world. But who once had this whole land. But the Most High said, listen, don't worry about all that. A lot of the things that were hidden, you know how many parking lots and expanded projects that are being done now, and that they're finding burials of Hispanic cemeteries, Indian cemeteries, prison blacks that were killed in prison that nobody knew about, and they just threw them out in the back under the woods and put about 200 bodies in the ground. And then all of a sudden there's a project where a building wants to expand or a new parking lot wants to be placed.
It's always that.
And then oh, lo and behold, bones are coming up. All these bones are coming up from the ground. What was this? Oh, this is where they put all the prison dead at. Or how many religious facilities that had children, babies born and swept and hid and hid in the ground.
It says it right here. It says, a slave cemetery discovered at historic Maryland church. It says, unmarked graves of enslaved families discovered in the woods at Johnson Country. 67 grave shafts in enslaved African Americans discovered 2012 during the expansion of the graveyard at University of Virginia.
So nobody was gonna say nothing, right?
It's just
Just like in Houston, they found over 200 bodies out near downtown, and some of the skulls were crushed, and these were people that died in prison as prisoners. But when they did autopsies, exhumed the graves, some of the skulls had been crushed. That means these people were beaten to death in prison, and nobody knew about it. There's a lot of secrets that all these nations have done unto us as a people. But the Most High said, listen, you go in your chamber, you go close the door. Don't worry about all the things that they've done and how unjust they've been. Don't worry about all that. The evidence will come out in due time. Read that part again.
Time. Isaiah chapter 26 and verse 21. For behold, the Most High cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth.
And you know what? Well, the ones that the Most High said he loved, he going to bless them. The ones he said he hated, he said he going to punish them.
in due time.
In due time. So don't worry about Esau's kingdom and how long it's going to be up for. Nothing. Nobody's getting away with nothing. There's nothing done in secret that would not be made known. and brought to the light. Read.
It says, the Most High cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood.
It said, the earth shall disclose all the blood that's been shed upon it. That's why we don't have to revenge ourselves. The Most High said, vengeance is mine, I shall repay, said the Lord.
Yeah.
We just got to embrace the fact that we were chosen to keep the commandments. And we were chosen as the Most High's children to represent the blessed and the obedient. And to be in compliance with his commandments and his statutes and his laws. The Most High said, all the blood, we ain't got no reparations. Nobody got no reparations. He said, don't worry about all that. I set up Esau for a purpose. I set up the nations for a purpose. And I will bring judgment upon them in due time. Now go back to Romans chapter 9 and read that verse 23.
Romans chapter 9 and verse 23. And that...
No, verse 22.
Verse 22. It says, what if the Most High, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction?
Their destiny is already doomed. It's already sealed. Their fate is sealed. So because their fate is already sealed, and I got to endure the fact that I haven't got no justice and no peace, do I need to go on the side of the street and propose a billboard and march against injustice? Or should I go to my chamber, close my door, and keep the commandments?
Or the chambers.
Or I'm going to go get my voter registration card. I'm going to try to vote for my elected leaders. That's not going to change nothing. That's not going to bring the justice that the Most High is talking about.
On that note, us playing this political game hasn't worked since the 60s, bro.
Right.
The whole notion of, quote unquote, just talk about Judah alone, the whole notion of blacks in governmental offices and in certain strategic positions has not changed our conditions of people since the opportunity has been instilled. We're actually going back in time. Our people are regressing. If you actually know politics and you know the condition of the people on a political level, we're regressing. In economics, we're still regressing. It's not really getting better. You're getting better phones and you're getting better distractions. But as a nation, not getting a better condition.
Yeah.
So that whole agenda of going through the political process to get
Justice.
certain advantages has not yielded the fruit. It has not yielded the fruit of all people that died and effort that was placed into it to get the particular outcome we're asking for. You don't have the outcome that you fought for.
Yep, because off the backs of civil rights, legislation for women's liberty, and the women's liberty movement,
They've done well.
they got legislation. Off the backs of legislation for George Floyd, and when Barack Obama was president, other people, other nations got legislation to back up their causes.
There's a Chinese Protection Act. They got a Protection Act within a couple months. I've never seen them in the streets marching. How many Chinese people you see in the streets marching?
No, I ain't ever seen that.
How many Chinese people you seen hold up signs? Say, we ain't gonna take this. I've seen maybe 2.
Stop the Asian hate.
Stop the Asian hate. I've seen maybe 2 or 3.
But quickly, in a short amount of time, they got legislation representing their cause.
And for hate crimes, they got that in 6 months. We've been fighting for that for like 6 decades. Listen, bro, you ain't gonna get it. You better read the Bible and serve the Most High and let the Most High fight your battles for you like He always has.
And this is why the Most High is trying to tell us how much He loves us over the other nations. We can't look at the fact that the Most High has been merciful to these other nations and kept their kingdom thriving as a determining factor that He doesn't love us, that we're disqualified from His love. He says, what if? Read it again.
It says, what if the Most High, willing to show His wrath and to make His power known, endured with much long suffering?
The Most High is dealing with the vessels that are cursed. these vessels of wrath that are fitted for the destruction, the Most High is enduring them and merciful to them and giving them long suffering. That doesn't mean he doesn't love us, because he's allowing their kingdom to thrive.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean we're disqualified from his love.
Yeah.
Read on.
It says, and that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy.
In due time, he's going to make known the riches of his mercy.
Well, I'm tired of waiting.
Yeah, I'm tired of suffering.
But you know what? The Most High is tired of waiting for you too. That whole I'm tired of, I can't stand it no more. I'm tired of waiting.
Yep.
How about the things the Most High requires out of us?
Mm-hmm.
How about he's tired of waiting? I've been begging you to study, my son. I've been begging to write your notes down, organize your notes so you can teach, my son. I've been begging you to learn how to please your husband. I've been begging you to learn how to have an obedient ear and not forget the instruction of your parents, and learn how to perfectly execute their expectations so that you're a complete, mature, well-rounded adult that can think independently and be properly good when it comes to making decisions and choices. So you don't have to say, that was stupid. Why'd you do that? That was I didn't teach you that. You're a good student of life. He's waiting for that. So the funny part is both parties are waiting.
Yeah.
Most High like, I'm waiting for you. You're like the Most High waiting for you. We all gonna just sit here and let these nations prosper until somebody submits. It ain't gonna be the Most High. He's not gonna submit. Most High gonna say, I give up. You can have the kingdom. You can do everything you want. You can still sell drugs in the kingdom. You can be a thug in heaven. Put a ghetto in heaven. You can bang crip in heaven.
No.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring America to the kingdom, like we brought Egypt to the kingdom. We brought Egypt to the kingdom. Literally did that. And then we had to get kicked out into Babylon because we kept bringing Egypt in the kingdom.
Kept wanting Egypt.
You think it's going to be different when we get to our quote-unquote kingdom? If you got that American pie energy in you, you got that American meat energy in you, you got that American dream energy in you, you think you're not going to get escorted out the kingdom? Or we won't get the opportunity to make it to the kingdom? This is about us purging ourselves enough so that he can choose us to be citizens of his kingdom. So he can create a new colony of followers with a pure, fresh, righteous mind. But that process is going to take a lot of patience.
And the Most High decides when that kingdom is up. So now let's go back to Malachi chapter 1. And we're going to, now we took a while to break this down because we got to show we had to show why the Most High used this figure of speech in the beginning of the book of Malachi. Why did he take the time to explain his level of love for us over other nations? And that's what we wanted to break down right here, was to demonstrate the Most High loves Israel over all the other nations, even though we're made from the same clay.
Yeah.
We are to be distinguished from other nations. The Most High doesn't look at all men as equal. Men have different purposes. Our job is to walk in that purpose. Read that right there, Malachi chapter 1, and read that verse 3.
God. Malachi chapter 1 and verse 3. And I hated Esau.
He said, I did what?
I hated Esau.
The Most High said, I hated Esau. This is the Most High saying this. It's not us saying it. Most High said, I hated Esau. Read.
God. And laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
And I got a purpose. I have a destiny set up for Esau. I have a design. I have a plan in action for Esau. His heritage is going to be laid waste. Go to Joel chapter 3 verse 19.
God.
Let's get Adam in. You got to roll out. Salaki. Let's salute Adam in.
Adam Shaw Shabbatah, Ban Yahawada, Ban Yasharala.
Adam, Shaw Sabbath, Banya Howda, Banya Shala, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shem Shabakata.
Yahweh Shem Shabbatah.
All right, Yeshua. Salaki, correct. We didn't salute you in. Salaki. Dalia, get Joel chapter 3 verse 19. And then I want you to get real quick. I'm gonna give them something real fast. And then you go to Obadiah, chapter 1, start at verse 10. And then I'll be right back.
Joel 3:19. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, 1:10.
Yep.
All right, cover.
Joel chapter 3 and 19.
Yes, sir.
Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness.
So Egypt shall be a what?
A desolate wilderness.
A desolation. That's what it says, right?
Khan, Saki.
Read it
Egypt shall
again,
be a
sir.
desolation.
Egypt shall be a desolation. Let's get the word desolation. Desolation. From the word desolate.
The act of desolating, destruction or expulsion of inhabitants.
A destruction or expulsion of inhabitants. What does that mean? A land without inhabitant. A ghost town is another term for it. Egypt is going to become a ghost town. Right? Real, and what else?
Destruction, ruin, waste.
Destruction, ruin, waste. This is their end result. This is the outcome or the end result of this nation, Egypt or Edom. That's the end result. We too have an end result. Our end result is supposed to be the kingdom if we go through our transformation, if we transform, right? If we spiritually transform, like that butterfly, yes, ma'am.
Can you repeat that? Like you say, what's like destruction, ruin, waste?
Khan. Destruction, ruin, waste.
Yeah, a waste land. There's nothing that grows here. There's nothing productive here. Like Sodom and Gomorrah. The physical land of Sodom and Gomorrah is all sulfuric rocks. It's just sulfur rocks everywhere. And you can't build anything. They're trying to go back to that land to build on it. They can't because there's sinkholes. There's nothing that grows there. There's nothing beneficial there. There's no way to survive there. That was the inheritance of Sodom and Gomorrah. That's the inheritance of Egypt. That's the inheritance of Edom. Read on, sir. 319 from the top.
319 from the top.
Uh-huh.
Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness.
A desolate, meaning you can look at right now, and you see cut grass, and you see signs, and you see buildings. You can snap your finger, and you're going to see nothing but grass growing on the rock. Streets cracked. You're going to see buildings breaking down and diminished. The same way Gaza looks right now. The same way Gaza looks crazy. You look online, you see Gaza bombed and is destroyed. It looks crazy. That's the way this whole place is going to be. We're before the destruction. Read on.
For the violence against the children of Judah.
And what is the reasoning for that destruction? You can picture, what's that movie called? What's the movie called, man? Terminator. You can see the first scene in Terminator where everything's getting blown up. You can look at Gaza right now. You can look at how 9/11 looked. If you remember pictures of 9/11 when everything was just dust everywhere, everything was burning, it was just destruction everywhere, ground zero. That's going to be everything. This whole land's going to be ground zero. Read.
Because they have shed innocent blood in the land.
Because of the innocent blood that was shed. The whole land has to suffer. And if the land has to suffer, who suffers that lives in the land? I gave it away.
Innocent.
The innocent. People that didn't do it, have nothing to do with slavery. I had nothing to do with slavery. I wasn't a slave master. They got to go too. Because they're the children of slave masters. We were born in slavery because we're the children of rebels. Our parents rebelled against God. And so we had to live in that wrath. That's how the Most High does it. Your children got to pay for your sins. Right? Shouldn't be that way, but that's as a nation, the children have to suffer behind the previous nation's failures. That's even generational. Read.
But Judah shall dwell forever. In Jerusalem.
But what?
But
Judah
shall dwell forever.
Israel is divided into two kingdoms. Northern kingdom, southern kingdom. Southern kingdom was your Haitians, your Negroes, and your Jamaican, so-called Caribbean Islanders. Right? That was the southern kingdom. The southern kingdom is going to survive. The northern kingdom is going to survive. All your Latinos, your Native Americans, your Puerto Ricans, your Argentinians, Brazilians of Latino descent. Those so-called Latinos are so-called Indians. Those peoples are going to survive the coming destruction. Read.
But Judah shall dwell forever in Jerusalem from generation to generation.
For
I will cleanse their blood.
I will do what?
For I will cleanse their blood.
I will cleanse their blood. The blood that was shed, I'm going to clean it. I'm going to give them a second chance. Because a lot of us shed our own blood. Our people kill our own people. A lot of us are paying for killing our brothers too, as a nation. He's going to forgive our sins as a nation and give us another opportunity to be right with him. Read on.
That I have not cleansed, for the Most High dwelleth in Zion.
The Most High dwells in Zion. He going to forgive us and give us an opportunity to have an organized society and an independent society based on our laws and our rules that come from the Most High, because he gave his name to us and because we're special to him. We're a special people. And all we have to do is independently lock in our mind to serve him and get our spirit right so we can be select to populate that new nation. Now let's go to Obadiah chapter 1 verse 10. Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 10.
Obadiah 1:10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee.
Now, once again, why the destruction? Why the land without inhabitant? Why the wasteland? The scripture says again, because thy violence against thy brother what?
Jacob.
Joshua was just harping on all the graveyards and slave yards. All the graveyards of Native American Indians, all the Native American bones, they're all over this land. We built malls and gas stations over Native American burial grounds. Over sacred reservations. I mean, not reservations, over sacred lands. We built golf courses. Batman down the street. Right now, down the street there's a place called Apache Lookout Park, right? And it's the highest point, one of the highest points in San Antonio. And you can go to the highest point and you can look and you can see the whole city. And all we see is McDonald's and Burger King and a bunch of buildings and Valeros. But 100 years ago, it was nothing but teepees. You at top of that building, or not that building, but top of that mountain, and you look and you see nothing but teepees. Now all you see is Dunkin' Donuts, corporation after corporation after corporation, and a bunch of houses. You don't see a Native American out. Where's the Native Americans at? I don't see them. You see them? But it's very rare. I didn't see Native American until I got in the truth. It took me like 18 years to see a Native American. How rare are they? How rare are they in population? How many Native Americans had to die before it take 18 years to see a Native American? When they had the whole land. A lot of us are. I'm talking about the indigenous. Yeah, that's true. Also, that's also true. Yeah, a lot of us Native American. A lot of us think we're Judah, we're not. Yeah, a lot of us are Reubenites. You can't tell the difference, and that's in history too. You're right about that. That's not even brought out. That's true. But the whole point is, because of the violence and the tearing of the flesh, the Esau did to his people, did his brother, right? The twin brother, the same nation almost, but just different. I guess not the same nation, but they came from the same womb. Because of his blood shed against his brother, he has to suffer and get complete destruction also. Read on.
10.
Yeah, I just got Obadiah 1:10.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
And thou shalt be cut off as a people forever. That inheritance is at an end. Because of the bloodshed. The Most High is punishing the bloodshed. He's punishing the murder. He's punishing the ill dealings. He's punishing the laws that were created that separate the man and woman from the household.
Get Job 4:7 real quick, and hold that in Obadiah. You know Obadiah 1 and 10. Read Job 4:7.
Joel 4:7.
Job.
Job.
Joel.
4:7, right?
Mm-hmm.
Job 4:7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent.
He said, remember, he said, I will pray thee what?
Whoever perished being innocent.
He says, remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being what?
Innocent.
So if the Most High takes Esau away, Esau wasn't what? He wasn't innocent, man. Read on.
Or where were the righteous cut off?
He said, if you was doing right, if Esau was so righteous, their generation, their kingdom would last forever. But they're not. That's why the Most High said you got to cut them off. But now, go to Habakkuk chapter 2. Habakkuk chapter 2. I want you to get chapter 2, verse 6. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6.
2 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his?
He says destruction comes to the one that does what?
That increaseth that which is not his?
He says destruction comes to the one that increases, which means he expands the territory that doesn't what? That doesn't belong to him. Read on. He said there's a parable against him. Read on.
How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay?
He says you add to yourself thick clay, meaning you decorate yourself with something that doesn't belong to you. You decorate yourself with the items, the trophies, the resources that belong to somebody else. Read on.
Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, in a way that shall vex thee? And thou shalt be for booties unto them?
He says you shall be for riches. Booty just means riches and wealth, treasure. He says you're going to be treasure to the other nations. Read on.
Because thou hast spoiled many nations.
Because this is the Most High's revenge. He says because you've robbed and destroyed many nations. Read on.
All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
He says, so all the remaining people shall do what?
Spoil thee.
They're going to spoil you like you spoiled the whole nations, the whole world. This is the Most High taking vengeance back on all the bloodshed that had been done to our people. Read on.
Because of men's blood.
It said because of what?
Men's blood.
And what else?
And for the violence of the land.
He said, you cause violence of the land. What else?
Of the city. And of all that dwelleth therein.
Go ahead.
Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house.
Go ahead.
That he may set his nest on high.
And who is it talking about that set their nest on high that we read about in Obadiah? Esau. Esau is the one that sets his nest on high.
Among the what?
Among the nations.
Among
the stars, really. You're the one that sets his nest on high and creates these space stations.
That's crazy, bro.
Read on.
That he may be delivered from the power of evil.
And so the hope of the space station and to terraform Mars is so that the Most High can never reward them back in return for all the blood and violence that they've done on the earth. Just like Nimrod built the Tower of Babel to escape and evade the Most High's punishment. In today's society, we have a society of people that are trying to reach higher heights and elevations and create habitable places in the stars to evade punishment.
They even have underground cities. They even have underwater cities. They got all kind of secret places trying to evade that doomsday that they created.
They brought it on themselves because of the blood they shed. So out of a guilty conscience, their objective is to escape and evade punishment. But the Most High said no. Even though when you set your nest on high, you're not going to evade the punishment and the judgment that you deserve because you brought this terror on other people.
And it's even in their witchcraft because they say that if they can get you to chant the same, it's 2 occasions out.
Well, before you go into it, let's read on.
God, it's like y'all.
Read that.
Thou hast consulted shame to thy house.
It says you brought shame on your what?
House.
You brought shame on your house. Esau brought shame on his house. He going to tell you how. Read on.
Yeah.
By cutting off many people.
Because you cut off and destroyed many people to get your kingdom. This kingdom was purchased by blood.
With the sword.
Read on.
and hast sinned against thy soul.
Read on.
For the stone shall cry out of the wall.
It says the stones shall cry out of the wall. Read on.
And the beam out of the timber shall answer it.
It says, and the beam and the timber shall answer to the fact that you're guilty. What is there today that's present today that still show evidences of where these stones and this timber is snitching on Esau? You know what that's called? That's called plantation houses.
Wow. True.
That's called slave castles. These places are still evident today, and they're evidences of how Esau has obtained his kingdom. That's what's snitching on Esau now, is these palaces that were created off the backs of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
They don't want to destroy it because it's profitable. For
They call it heritage sites
Man.
or UNESCO sites. These heritage sites are a heritage of bloodshed and pillaging and slavery. He said, but the stones are going to snitch on you. The timber is going to snitch on you. When you go through the South, there's still remnants of slave plantations.
Well, we be driving ourselves out and still see slave. We see slave cabins.
Yeah.
We see those broken down little small houses that look like who would live in this?
A family of 10 lived in a 8x12 cabin house.
A shed almost like a shed.
Like a storage shed.
A lawnmower shed.
Or you go to Puerto Rico and you go to the slave castle with the chains still attached to the walls.
Wow. I haven't seen that yet.
Where they bring them in off the coast. Same with or brought them in off the coast of South Carolina.
Yep. Point no return to.
Or Savannah. So all these things are still evidence. The evidence against them. Let that go and go back to give me Joel chapter 3 verse 20 and 21.
Joel 3 and 20. But Judah shall dwell forever.
He said, but the Most High said, regardless of what Esau has done to our people, he said he's going to make sure that we dwell what?
Forever.
Hey.
That we dwell forever. Is there a sister in there?
Yeah.
Read that.
In Jerusalem from generation to generation.
And so, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, although we've gotten the worst end of the deal as being Americans, he says we're going to dwell forever, and we're going to what?
For I will cleanse their blood.
And the Most High said, for the things we've done wrong, he said he's going to cleanse our blood. Read on.
That I have not cleansed.
He says, and I'm going to clean up the ones that I didn't clean up. I'm going to preserve these individuals forever. So all the evidence of the Most High loving us is what we're talking about. We're showing how although Esau and Jacob come from the same lump, the Most High said, even though Esau was violent against you, I'm gonna bring judgment upon Esau. Even though Esau shed innocent blood, I'm gonna still destroy him, and you're gonna live forever. You have a perpetual inheritance that's gonna last forever. How many more ways does the Most High got to show us that he loves us? Go back to Malachi chapter 1 and pick up on verse 6.
That's an action right there. He has physical actions to prove he loves us.
Yep.
It's not just words.
It's not words. The Most High has done. He's got. There's so many things that's been done to where he still shows us. These are the evidences and the proof that I love you. Read that. Malachi chapter 1 verse 6.
Malachi 1 and 6. A son honoreth his father.
He said a son does what?
He honoreth his father.
Go ahead.
And a servant his master.
Read.
If then I be a father, where is mine honor? And if I be a master, where is my fear?
So the Most High is asking, of all the good that I've done for you, even choosing Jacob over Esau, even having have it written down in the prophecies that I'm going to love Israel and Judah forever. Why would you be convinced that I don't love you? Who told you I didn't love you? Where are you getting this information from? How come you can't show me no respect? Read on.
Saith the Most High of Hosts unto you, O priests that despise my name. And ye say, wherein have we despised thy name? Ye offer polluted bread upon mine altar.
And what do we do for the Most High?
Offer polluted bread upon mine altar.
So the sacrifices that we offer the Most High is what?
Polluted bread.
It's polluted. This is what was going on in Israel, in Jerusalem. As soon as we got our kingdom rebuilt, as soon as Jerusalem was rebuilt, the walls were put up. We started sacrificing to the Most High what? Polluted bread. What does that mean when you sacrifice to the Most High polluted bread? That means you don't give the Most High your best.
Wow, that's polluted bread.
Yeah. Polluted bread is an offering. But the offering that we give the Most High is tainted, it's defiled. That means we don't give the Most High our best. Why wouldn't we give the Most High our best after He just restored us out of a 70-year captivity out of Babylon? He just allowed us to rebuild off of the resources of the other nations. The Most High put the spirit into our slave masters.
This never happens.
In the spirit of our slave masters.
Yeah.
To rebuild our whole kingdom for us. Think about it. Think about what the Most High is doing. He's using slave masters' money to help us build our kingdom up. And then we turn around and we set up the altar. We set up the gates. We set up the walls. And right away, we start giving the Most High in return for all the good He's done for us. Old bread for a sacrifice. Yes, sir.
How did it go from internal organs to polluted bread?
Well, bread is also a sacrifice as well. Wine, flour, oil, all these can be given as an offering.
Like the showbread.
All these can be given as an offering. But we don't give the Most High the best of what we have to offer. We give the Most High the leftovers. Polluted bread is old, it's moldy. That means I wasn't gonna use it. I wasn't gonna do nothing with it. I wasn't gonna eat it. So we expect the Most High to take an offering that we don't even have value. We don't see the value in it. But we want the Most High to see the value in it and receive that as an offering.
And we understand polluted bread when it comes to marriage. When it comes
You
to
might want to
marriage,
explain.
we understand polluted bread when it comes to marriage. When you get half your food is like lukewarm or cold, when the house is half clean, when the speech is kind of
Sour.
like what kind of just the tone. The tone's an offering. Someone can speak sweetly to you, and someone can talk crazy to you. This is the same thing. What do you want? What do you want? What you want? Or baby, what do you want?
Or what would you like?
What would you like? This is the same words, but different offering. Right?
Yeah.
Say the Most High. I'm here to serve the Most High. I'm here to serve the Most High. I'm here to serve the Most High.
I'm just here.
I'm here. Listen, it's different tones based off of different calibers of service.
Like Cain and Abel.
Yes, sir.
Like Cain and Abel. And this is we have this mentality towards the Lord right after we got the temple built.
Back to here we go. You couldn't have a temple. Now you got temples. Like here we go against the same old thing. You know.
The nations, we're about to read next week how the nations were trying to prevent us from having a temple. And the measures that they were taking to destroy what we were building up.
Yeah.
And here it is that we finally got what the Most High has promised us, a place that we can worship Him and a place where we can tap back into our power and serve the Most High in righteousness. And already the sacrifices on the altar is defiled that quick. This is why the Most High has to start Malachi off with, man, I love you, but you don't reciprocate the love. Don't you know what I've done for y'all? For y'all to look at me one-sided. Y'all look at me as ungrateful. You don't see the benefits that I provided you throughout history? You don't see I took you from this lump and made you special over your brother who could have got a double inheritance? Who should have got a double inheritance? Because he was the firstborn.
Regardless of the stupidity. Regardless of how stupid he was. Because think about how stupid we are.
Yep.
We are very stupid, bro. The scripture says, Israel is sottish children. This is the ass. The donkey knows his master's crib, but my people doth not know. The donkey knows where he comes from. Ask a black man where he comes from, you can get 10 answers. I'm from Nubia. I'm from the Asiatic land of the black man. I'm from the original land. I'm from Africa.
Anunnaki.
I'm Anunnaki. I'm from the land of Mu.
Yeah.
If you ask certain black people, you might get a crazier answer than that. I'm from the
Serious.
I'm from the stars. I'm from Quasar. I'm from Nibiru, brother. I'm from Nibiru. I'm from the whole of the world. I'm from another galaxy.
Yep.
And you might get somebody saying they're from Atlantis, depending on who you talk to. Most High says, "My people does not know." You say, "Hey, you're from Israel." Ain't no way, brother.
Yep.
I'm a Moor, brother. We say that. My boy says that. I showed him he was Israelite years ago. In high school era. To this day, he's a Moor. He has a shofar and he has a shofar, and my boy.
Yeah.
The urban,
You know what's so crazy? Moors blend Islam too into their ideology.
Yeah.
And when the Most High said, when he's telling Malachi around 444 BC, 444, 420 BC, he says, was not Jacob Esau's brother?
Yeah.
When you look at Jacob and Esau, they say Jacob and Esau was born around 1830 BC. That means that 1830 BC to around 444, that's around 1400 years. So the Most High is letting Israel know, listen, I have a 1400-year track record of loving you.
1400 years.
I have a 14. So when he says was not Jacob Esau's brother, but yet I loved you, I loved Jacob and hated Esau, he's telling Esau, listen, man, I have a 1400-year track record of loving you.
Yeah.
And yet you don't see it. But even like today, if we take today, right, what's 2024? If we take 1400 years off 2024, what year is that? That's around 600 AD, right? It's around 600 AD.
Yeah, 624.
So that was around the time the Muslims came into play. That was around the time, that's before the Muslims took off and Islam took off as a religion.
6th century, right?
Yeah. So it's showing you that even before these religions were born on earth, the Most High has shown us love and has kept his eye on us the whole time. If we were to look at that in modern day time frame. But he's telling Malachi, listen, man, I got a 1400-year track record of loving you. And you don't see it. I got history with you. I got history with your people. And you don't see it.
I looked out for your parents because we all know our parents, some of us lucky our parents taught the truth to us. That's a super blessing that your parents got it. A lot of us had to get some kind of weird way out. I'm at the MLK march out, and I see a book that's purple. It says God, the Black Man and Truth. And next to that book is the African Presence in the Bible. And there's another book by Ben Ami that says God, the Black Man and Truth by Ben Ami, talking about we're African Hebrew Israelites. I'm looking at the book. I said, I don't know. I guess I'm an Israelite. I don't know. I don't know what the hell it's talking about. I read it. I know what they were talking about. And then years later, Most High hits me in the mall. I had to walk by a cart and brothers like on the phone, quote scriptures telling me, saying that, quote scriptures. I talked to him. He's like, yeah, you're an Israelite. Now remember, there's that book that went past when I was a little boy. It's a weird way the Most High gets us to get in the knowledge.
Introduce that truth to you.
But the Most High is working with you so your children can get it. That's amazing, bro. That means I never gave up on you, bro.
Never gave up.
I don't know how you got it. Your brother jumped in.
Yep.
But he could have not jumped in. And you would have never been here.
Brother.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't see the wisdom in it for sure.
But I'm just saying, even to know.
Actually, before my brother brought it to me, a brother that I was in high school with, is a crack brother that we used to do dirt with together. He changed and became an Israelite and was trying to drop it and handing out flyers. And I thought he had lost his mind. I equated his change into the truth as this dude is lost it, man. Because he ain't doing the cool guy things no more. So I thought the guy lost it. And he was passing out flyers in front of the grocery store. Passing out literature 12 tribes literature that came from One West. He was handing it out to everybody he knew. And then amidst all the friends that he knew that he was partying with, he said, man, we don't do that. I don't do that no more. This is what the Most High got for you. This is what the Most High wants from you. That's how I got the truth. But I took the flyer and I put it in the trunk of my car. I forgot it was in there until I was cleaning my car one day. I said, man, what is this? It's that paper that brothers. What are these tribes? It was black and white, which basic literature.
Yeah.
What are these tribes? What is this? I don't understand it. Then I tried to go to the Bible, and because I didn't understand the Bible either, I was like, man, you know what? I see these verses on the paper. I'm trying to put it together. I couldn't put it together. It was premature. I was, in my understanding couldn't comprehend it. It was too much to swallow. I knew it was saying something monumental.
But you could have threw it away, bro.
I could have thrown it away, but I kept it. I looked at it later. But I was trying to add it up. Like, man, what is this? And then about 2 years later after that, actually,
98?
4 years after that.
Whoa.
4 years after that, the brother had the flyer in 94. I didn't come to class till 98.
Wow.
But I remember the flyer.
Wow.
He was trying to teach me from 94.
You know, it's funny, Sean, I'm not gonna lie. Me and you lived in the same neighborhood on the northwest side in Tesla area. Where your house was at, my house was in walking distance. Right? What's so funny is where your people are from, my people from the same place walking distance at. My people from the east side, Hardeman Street. That's the Thomas family, right? Your people were from
same area.
Then me and Shah Shawan went to the same Baptist church. We went to Grace First Baptist Church.
Yep. Didn't even know each other.
We didn't know each other. He was the Grace First Baptist Church. I was a kid in the Baptist Church. And the Most High had us passing like ships. The Most High has a way of putting you with the people you need to be with. And has a way of trying to give you the information that he's going, I'm going to keep dealing with you. We can't take those kind of coincidences for granted, bro. Your brother gets a flyer out of nowhere and you come to class 4 years later?
Yep.
That's the Most High, bro.
Matter of fact, my brother wasn't even living in Texas. He was in Virginia. There's a crack brother gave me the flyer in 94. My brother came back, got the truth. He took it serious and then brought it to me and said, let's go to class. I had the opportunity for 4 years. I slept on it. But the Most High then has been having this timeline go on to where, read Ecclesiastes in the Bible, chapter 3, verse 11.
I'm going to tell you
read 3 and 11.
They hit me like last week, bro. I was thinking about the street my parents came from. I'm like, damn, Sean Jawan's house. People were saying this.
Brother, you around the corner, bro. Our people grew up probably around the. I know for a fact our people know each other from previous descendancy.
If you see whenever we have funerals, you'll see them all families from the east side. They'll probably know your family too, but it's a different time period.
Different time frame. Read that. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 11.
He hath made everything beautiful in his time.
You know what? The Most High said he made everything beautiful when?
In his time.
So the Most High, maybe it wasn't time for me to get the truth at that time. I wouldn't have valued it. I didn't appreciate it. Maybe it was meant that things happen a certain way until the knowledge really hit me like, man, this is the truth.
You had to experience
There's certain experiences that had to happen and come into play and for me to value the truth and to see it as the truth. The Most High said everything is what?
Beautiful in its time.
Everything is beautiful in its time. The Most High got a time for everything. We just don't know it. Read on.
Also, he hath set the worlds in their heart.
He says, but the problem is the Most High set the world in our heart. Read on.
So that no man can find out the work that the Most High maketh from the beginning to the end.
So until the beginning of the end, we're still blinded by the what? What keeps us occupied from knowing the Most High's will? The world. That's what I was caught up in prior to getting this knowledge. I got a flyer, but I didn't get it. It didn't make sense because I was too blinded by the world.
And the world was always there.
The world was always there.
Back in Israel, when we were in Israel, the world was outside those borders.
Yep.
Do not go into the land of those. Don't marry. Don't be any of those women that aren't from me. I'm trying scripture. It was
Deuteronomy 71.
Yeah. It says not to marry those daughters.
Yeah. Deuteronomy.
I don't want you to marry those daughters. I want you to marry those daughters over there. Those are your people. There's always been a place of different nations with different gods, different ideas. And Most High has always kept it separate. That's what the word holy means. Holy means separate and true. So the Most High separates you, and you feel like somebody's holding you back, because a lot of teenagers get angry about that. You're holding me back, Spirit.
Yeah.
You're holding me back. You can't let me get any experiences. You don't want me to be out there. What are you trying to hide me from? You're trying to help stop me from enjoying my life and having fun, living my life. When really it's the Most High protecting you and shielding you from all those bad influences and spirits that are going to pollute your spirit.
We think the Most High is slowing us down. But the Most High is protecting us. Read on. Malachi chapter 1, verse 7.
Malachi 1:7. 1:7.
Mm-hmm.
Ye offer polluted bread upon mine altar. And ye say, wherein have we polluted thee? In that ye say, the table of the Most High is contemptible.
It's because even though we just got back in our land, the Most High gave us an opportunity to be exiled out of Babylon, serving other nations, deities, gods, and cultures, religions, and festivals. The Most High freed us up from our ancestors' sins and punishment. After straight coming out of Babylon, we get right back into Jerusalem, and we're giving the Most High the worst of ourselves that we can. Think about the restoration that the Most High provided, and we spit in the Most High's face by turning around and giving him the least of what we have to offer. Read on.
And if ye offer the blind for sacrifice.
It says the animals that we chose to sacrifice to the Most High, these animals had low value. They weren't valuable animals. These were animals that didn't have, you weren't going to breed blind animals. You don't breed blind animals. You don't salvage blind animals and breed them and make money. You can't make money off a blind animal. But the things that we couldn't sell, guess what we'll turn around and do? Give it to the Most High.
Oh, this belongs to you,
Lord. Lord, I sacrifice, because I care about you so much. I love you so much. Go ahead and take this cross-eyed blind lamb that can't see. Go ahead and take that. Since I just want to show you how much I love you.
Show you I care.
Show you how much I care. Look what I gave you. He said, but the damn animal is blind. You want me to take that? I got a 400-year track record of loving you. And you want me to take this blind animal? Are you serious?
That's polluted bread.
Read on.
8 from the top. And if ye offer the blind for sacrifice, is it not evil?
He said, ain't that evil? Ain't that wicked that you gonna turn around? I got history of loving you. I got history with you. I smashed nations for you. I displaced whole societies for you. And this is what you offer me in return is a lame, blind animal as a sacrifice. Isn't that wicked? You got to see it from the Most High's perspective. This is why the Most High even brought Ezra back to Babylon. Back to Jerusalem from Babylon. Go to 1 Ezra chapter 1. Go to 1 Ezra chapter 1. The Most High said the same thing in the beginning of Ezra that Malachi is saying the same. That means our people didn't get it. We didn't get it. Go to 1 Ezra chapter 1. And I want you to read, 2 Ezra chapter 1. Go to 2 Ezra chapter 1. And I want you to read verse 4. Read on down.
2 Ezra 1:4.
Read that.
And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Go thy way, and show my people their sinful deeds.
The Most High told Ezra, go your way, go to Jerusalem and show my people what?
Their sinful deeds.
Their sinful deeds. Read.
And their children their wickedness, which they have done against me.
And he's going to explain how they're evil. Yes, sis. We're in 2 Ezra chapter 1, verse 5. Read that. Yeah, just keep reading.
That they may tell their children's children, because the sins of their fathers are increased in them. For they have forgotten me.
He said, for they what?
Have forgotten me.
Go ahead.
And have offered unto strange gods. Am not I even he that brought them out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage?
Once again, the Most High told Ezra to tell us the same thing. Wasn't it me that brought y'all out of Egypt? Didn't I do it?
I did it.
Go ahead.
But they have provoked me unto wrath.
Go
And
ahead.
despised my counsels. Pull thou often the hair of thy head, and cast all evil upon them.
He said, when you get there to Jerusalem, rip all your hair off and then pronounce evil against them. Go ahead.
For they have not been obedient unto my law, but it is a rebellious people. How long shall I forbear them? And to
Well,
whom-
the Most High said, how long do I got to keep putting up with y'all? Forbear means to deal with, or to handle, or to deal with. He says, how long do I, or to hold up? How long do I got to keep holding you up? Read.
How long shall I forbear them? And to whom I have done so much good?
He said, I've done so much good for y'all. Y'all don't see the good I've done to you? Who likes to be taken for granted?
I think we hate
Do
that.
men like to be taken for granted?
No.
Nobody in this room, nobody online likes to be taken for granted.
Take it for granted. Also synonymous with being forgotten. They go together.
Inconsidered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I consider you at all times in every decision I make. See what I'm necking. I consider you at all times. In everything I do, I consider you. All your concerns are my concerns. Your problems are my problems. Your troubles are my troubles.
And I actually care. When you fall, I care. Like a good parent. The child falls, it affects the parent.
Yeah.
When the friend fails, it affects the friend.
Yeah, this is what the Most High is saying. He said, man, listen to what I got the history behind me loving you. I got evidence. I got situations and circumstances that back up the fact that I love you.
My love is valid.
It's validated and it's proven.
We got a bunch of polluted loaves.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, but you know what? We don't see the value of the Most High in what He's doing. Read on.
Many kings have I destroyed for their sake.
He said, don't you know how many kings had to die for you? I took many crowns off of many men's heads for you and displaced them and took their children as slaves and removed them out of the land so that you could live and you could eat
And have something.
and you could have peace and tranquility. How many kings had to die? That should be a class in itself. How many kings had the Most High killed for Israel's sake?
So I was given men for thee.
Yeah.
They had to live like animals for a period of time. Like, what's Nebuchadnezzar at?
Yeah,
They had to
bro.
live crazy at. Or like, what's his name in the Apocrypha? Antiochus.
Yep.
He had to be a den and abomination.
All these nations have lost many kings when they stand against us when the Most High has a benefit for us. Read.
Many kings have I destroyed for their sakes. Pharaoh with his servants.
He said it started with what?
Pharaoh with his servants.
He said it started with Pharaoh. I took Pharaoh down. The Egyptians have a dynasty. They have a long-standing history on earth. Their monuments still stand to this day.
You're right.
Their language still survives. Their writing still survives. Maybe not their language, but their writing damn sure survive.
Yep.
They're still bringing up coffins out the ground to this day.
We found another one. We discovered another one.
Yeah, they've been solidified as a strong, mighty kingdom on earth of old. He said, "Man, I've taken Pharaoh down for you." Read on.
Pharaoh with his servants and all his power have I smitten down. All the nations have I destroyed before them. And in the east I have scattered the people of 2 provinces.
He said, "Man, when you go to the east," he said, "I've scattered the people of what?
2
Two
provinces.
provinces.
Who is that? Read.
Even of Tyre and Sidon.
Those are the ancient Phoenicians. The ancient Phoenicians who they say invented the alphabet.
The modern alphabet.
Yeah. Who the Greeks adopted the writing system of the Phoenicians, which is known as phonetics. The Greeks adopted their writing system, their culture. Read on.
And have slain all their enemies. Speak thou therefore unto them, saying, Thus saith the Most High, I led you through the sea, and in the beginning gave you a large and safe passage.
He said, listen, when I walked you through the ocean, I made the ocean split for you. My love can't be questioned. I've parted waters of depth, different depths for you, and you walked across the ocean in dry land.
You can't say I don't love you.
You don't have,
little game you was talking
but that's what people do. They need reminders that how the Most High is. That's what the Most High is doing. He's reminding us how He's shown us love and proved it.
So you cross the Red Sea, make a memorial right here. Make a memorial and put these stones here. So it will be remembered.
Yep.
Because I know you're going to forget.
Our people always forget.
Come
You know?
I gave you Moses for a leader.
He said, man, I chose a meek man that can handle your criticism.
He could have been a tyrant, bro.
Man, Moses could have been, as much stuff that we taught, Moses could have prayed to the Most High to say, go ahead and kill him, Lord. You know how many times Moses had to prevent the Most High from destroying us? He had to remind them, the nations will hear it, and they'll go against you. They say you're not a man of your word. They say you're not a good God. They'll spite you. You can't do it because they're going to look at you this way. It'll go down in history that you can't be trusted, that you're unfaithful. You know how many times Moses had to step in so that we don't get killed? Read on.
And Aaron for a priest.
Go ahead.
I gave you light in a pillar of fire.
He said, listen, I didn't even leave you without a night light. When you walk through a desert wilderness, he said, I gave you light in a pillar of fire. Meaning you had a night lamp at your disposal through your whole journey.
You were never in complete. You're not walking because this is what we'll say. We're in complete darkness. I can't even see my hand. Where's the Most High? Why would the Most High have me living like this?
Yep.
At least there was light in Egypt.
You know what our people say? I don't even know if I'm coming or going.
Yep, you're right.
That's the term we like to use. I don't know if I'm coming or going. Meaning I can't call it. I don't know what situation I'm in. I don't know if God loved me or if He left me hanging.
I'm
in limbo.
Yeah.
Read on.
I gave you light in a pillar of fire.
Read.
And great wonders have I done among you.
He said, man, I've done many miracles for you. Read on.
Yet have ye forgotten me.
He said, the problem is our relationship with the Father has always been one-sided. There's always been 10,000 times the love on His side versus the one or two incidents where we show the Most High some honor and praise and some sacrifice. Very minimal. If we add up and take a tally of who has the more proof of who loved who more, it's the Most High got the most. He wins every time. Read on.
Yet have ye forgotten me, saith the Most High. Thus saith the Almighty Yahweh, the quails were as a token to you.
He said, man, I threw the quails out just as a token to you. Just as a gift.
Because you couldn't handle this manna.
You complained about the manna.
I gave you some mercy on that. You know, you were eating angel's fruit. I don't know how it's called mercy.
Yeah, you can't even get no better than that.
Like I gave you the best and you just couldn't handle it. So cool. Let me go give you some that you can comprehend. Some that
You know why? Because they kept comparing the Most High to Egypt. In Egypt, we had the fish. We remember the fish in Egypt. We had the leeks and the onions and the garlic. We had these things going on in Egypt. We loathe this light bread. We hate this bread, even though the bread changed taste. It converted its taste to whoever the eater was, to their liking. So all you have to do is think about what you like to eat. If you think about you like steak, the manna would convert to a steak taste. It'll taste however you wanted it to taste. But yet it wasn't filling enough. And also you had to go get it and it took a little labor. You had to go reap it every morning. It was fresh every morning.
You had to do some work.
You had to do a little work to get it. Read on.
I gave you tents for your safeguard. Nevertheless, ye murmured there.
He said, but you still did what?
Murmured there.
Man, you still got something to say against me. Israel always has something to say against the Most High. Always. And this is why the Most High is like, man, what are you doing? I just put you back in Jerusalem. The temple is rebuilt. The altar is rebuilt. The walls are fortified. And you still can't treat me right. That's our people, man. We still can't look at the Most High the right way. We still have an issue with Him. He said, you murmur. Read on.
And triumph not in my name for the destruction of your enemies.
And he said, even when you do win victories, you don't even give me no glory.
You did it.
It was your power. It was your wisdom. So when you get bonuses and you get promotions on the job, you thought it was who? You thought it was you. You get recognition, you thought it was your smarts. The Most High said, man, you triumph. He said, when you triumph, it said, and not triumph in my name. Go ahead.
And triumph not in my name for the destruction of your enemies, but ever to this day.
He said, but ever to this day what?
But ever to this day do ye yet murmur.
He said, you still murmuring. This is why the Most High brought Ezra back to Jerusalem to rebuild the temple. Because the Most High said that our captivity was up in Babylon, and the Most High was keeping his word, and by bringing Ezra, put the spirit of the Most High into Ezra to come back and be a scribe and rebuild the temple and organize its development. And we still got something to say. We still look at the Most High negative. Read on.
Where are the benefits that I've done for you?
What? Read it again.
Where are the benefits that I've done for you?
He said, the Most High is asking, what have you done for me? Where's the benefits I've done for you? Read.
When ye were hungry and thirsty in the wilderness, did ye not cry unto me?
He said, what? Weren't you crying to me when you was hungry? And you was thirsty? Read on.
Saying, why hast thou brought us into this wilderness to kill us? It had been better for us to have served the Egyptians.
There, do you understand what the Most High is saying? The Most High is saying, I was listening to all your murmurs. The Most High is saying, I was a witness and I was listening to all your complaints. Every complaint we do about we have in the Most High is listening to it. And he has no problem bringing it back up and reminding us, this was your words. This was your attitude.
He makes us eat our own words.
Yeah, all the time. But you know what? We're narrow-minded. We don't remember. We don't have no memory when it comes to how good the Most High has been for us. That's why he said, man, listen, I heard you crying. I heard what you were saying in the wilderness. You were saying, man, I wish I would be back in Egypt. I don't even know why the Most High bring us out of Egypt. You'd rather be a slave for the rest of your life as long as you get a meal.
And do what I want when I want to do it, when I want to do it, the way I want to do it, where I want to do it. The illusion of choice.
Yep.
The illusion of I have an option. We will forsake the Most High as a nation for the illusion of choice, and our slave masters know that. That keeps them in business. Our disorder keeps them in business.
Yep.
That's why they put pork in the toothpaste, pork in the soap. They know as long as they defiled, man, I'm in business. As long as they stay high, I'm in business.
You know, the nations passed legislation where you don't have all the rights to oversee how and what they're training your children to be.
Yeah. Sure do.
And you know, and the same thing happens in the captivity. You get taken in slavery, and you get split up. You don't get to decide. What was I reading the other day? I was reading the other day about when the slave master took a lot of our people, like in Tennessee, I believe it was. They talked about how when the slave master took us and split us up, a lot of times they split us up out of spite, like to take your family members and particularly separate them from brothers and from sisters and from sons and daughters. He says some of it was done out of spite. It wasn't even done out of just, hey, I'm going to make this money. It's just the fact that I don't want you to have somebody with you while you endure this slavery. Just out of spite. Imagine you getting your brother sold, not because the person is selling them because he going to look at them as a commodity, just because he don't want you to have them. Imagine being separated from your mother because the slave master don't want you to have your mother. I don't want no other influences. Or I know your father, you can go to your father as a protector. So I might sell your father not because I can get more money, but because I can dominate you a lot easier and you don't have anybody to stand up for you. Just out of spite. Think about that. Think about slavery. You have no say-so. You have no control. You're at the mercy of whatever evil is in somebody else's head. You got to suffer whatever evil they conjure up in their mind. I like to hear them scream when they get pulled away from, when the mothers get separated from their babies. I like to hear the mothers scream. There's going to be a lot of crying mothers today.
Get off of that.
But you gotta suffer that. The Most High said, man, don't you know what I've done for you? I've taken you out of captivity. Read on.
Where are the benefits that I have done for you? When ye were hungry and thirsty in the wilderness, did ye not cry unto me, saying, why hast thou brought us into this wilderness to kill us? It had been better for us to have served the Egyptians than to die in this wilderness. Then had I pity upon your mourning.
He said, I had pity on your mournings. The Most High have compassion on us. And we still don't love him in return. Read on.
And gave you manna to eat. So ye did eat angels' bread. When ye were thirsty, did I not cleave the rock, and waters flowed out to your fill? For the heat I covered you with the leaves of the trees. I divided among you a fruitful land. I cast out the Canaanites, the Perizzites, and the Philistines before you.
He said, all these nations that we read about in Deuteronomy chapter 7, all those 7 nations that are mightier and greater than us, the Most High said, man, I removed them from the land of Canaan and gave you the land of Canaan, the land that flowed with milk and honey. I gave you that land that didn't belong to you. Read on.
What shall I yet do more for you, saith the Most High? Thus saith Yahweh Almighty, when ye were in the wilderness, in the river of the Amorites, being athirst, and blaspheming my name.
He said, you were blaspheming my name. Read on.
I gave you not fire for your blasphemies.
I could have burnt you alive. He said, but I didn't. I preserved you. Read on.
But cast a tree in the water, and made the river sweet.
He said, I made the river sweet with the tree. He made some sweet water out of bitter. Read.
What shall I do unto thee, O Jacob? Thou Judah wouldest not obey me.
He said, but this is what the Most High said. What else do you expect me to do? No matter what I do for you, you never see the good in what I do. The Most High is bent over backwards for us. And no matter what the Most High does for us, we never see the good. Read on.
I will turn me to other nations.
He said, you know what I'm going to do? I got an idea. I'm going to turn to other nations. And what I'm going to do, he said, when he said, I'm going to turn me to other nations, read on.
And unto those will I give my name.
He said, and I'm going to let other people claim my name. Therefore, thenceforth, thereafter, you have so-called Jewish people today that say that they are the people of God. That was only done because we didn't appreciate the God that we have. And we never saw the value in him. So now you got some individuals that are claiming to be God's people that are not. And the Most High said he was going to do it. Because we just can't see the value in him. He said, I'm going to let somebody else call on my name. Read.
And unto those will I give my name.
He says, and unto those will I give my name, what?
That they may keep my statutes.
And they're gonna try to keep the Torah. They're gonna
Do you even speak Hebrew?
they're gonna speak the Torah.
Yeah.
They're gonna have license over the Torah, and they're gonna have license over the Holy Land because of what y'all don't appreciate. I'm gonna give it to somebody else. That's what you do to your kids, right? When they don't appreciate something, you give it away. You take what they got that they don't appreciate, you give it to somebody else. Somebody else that may appreciate it and have more value in it. The Most High say the same thing. This now go back to Malachi chapter 1 and verse 8.
Malachi 1. And if ye offer the blind for sacrifice, is it not evil?
Go ahead.
And if ye offer the lame and sick, is it not evil?
Go ahead.
Offer it now unto thy governor.
He said, give it to your boss. You know what the Most High said? You wouldn't treat your boss at work as bad as you treat me. You got more respect for your particular masters on earth than you got for me. You tell your boss, yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Your boss tell you come in on your day off. You ain't got no problem. Because you're getting paid.
No.
If you gave to the Most High, or you gave to your boss what you give to the Most High, if you turn in paperwork to your boss that was a half-ass paperwork or document that wasn't completely filled out, and it wasn't up to speed to the company standards, or your performance on the job is lame, won't they bring you in the office and write you up? Won't they ask you a question and have that sit-down meeting with you and say, we just want to know, are you happy at this position and at this company?
Do you want to be here?
Do you want to be here? Oh, they had that sit down with you? We just want to know, what do you feel about the opportunity that we provided you? Maybe this is not a proper fit. You don't think they're going to have that conversation with you? It seems like there's something else that you want to do that you got in mind. Because when you're at work, you don't really perform. It seems like your mind is somewhere else. Your reports aren't turned in. You're always late. You never come back from lunch on time. You're taking extended breaks. You got 13 tardies. You call in on a weekend. You call in on Friday, don't come back till Tuesday. You take 5-day weekends.
You extend those 2-day weekends, those 3-day weekends.
Yeah, you make it long. You make a weekend 4 days. You're always doing. You're always in the bathroom.
That's a major one.
And on the job, Israel be shamming out. Israel be shamming on the job. Israel be sleeping in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Israel be sleeping in the bathroom, stealing food, eating food in the bathroom.
Yeah.
But the point he's saying is, you would treat your boss better than you treat me. That's what makes it a damn shame. Your boss be your enemy, but you have more respect for your damn enemy boss, who's of another nation, than you do for the Most High. Read on.
Will he be pleased with thee?
He said, if you perform like you show me, will your boss be pleased with you? Turn that lackluster effort into your company that you work for, and find out if they'll be happy with that effort, with that level of sacrifice. They're gonna let you go. Your boss will let you go. They'll walk you to the door. Matter of fact, they'll take your badge. They'll deactivate your badge. That little door badge that you get to come into the company door. They'll deactivate your gate pass to come in. Your car won't recognize. Your car won't be recognized at the gate. They'll deactivate that too. And then they'll have it set up to where if you show up, you're trespassing. And then they got security guard waiting, so you can't waiting at the building because you can't come in. But you know how your boss will deal with you. But you know what the Most High do? We give crap effort to the Most High, and He still loves us. He still don't fire us as a people. He still don't let us go.
Yeah, we definitely don't honor that.
Your governor will let you go. Your immediate boss will let you go. The Most High said, man, y'all show me nothing, and I still uphold y'all. I still won't let you go. Who loves who? Who's loving who? Who loves who more? Read on.
Offer it now unto thy governor. Will he be pleased with thee, or accept thy person? Saith the Most High of Hosts. And now I pray you, beseech Yahweh, that he will be gracious unto us.
He says, now change your thoughts. This is Malachi's words to a newly rebuilt temple. A newly rebuilt society that has protection and covering of the Most High. Already they're coming back and they're giving the Most High a partial sacrifice. Malachi has to redirect their servitude. Read.
And now I pray you, beseech Yahweh, that he will be gracious unto us. This hath been by your means.
He says, you set up the relationship. You made the relationship like this. The Most High said, I didn't make this kind of relationship to be this way. You made these. You wrote the terms and conditions of this relationship. This is on you. Read on.
Will he regard your persons? saith Yahweh of hosts. Who is there even among you that would shut the doors for naught? Neither do ye kindle fire on mine altar for naught.
He said, who is there even among you that would shut the doors for naught? Meaning, the reason why you shut doors is for what? You shut doors for what purpose? Why do you shut doors at your house?
The outside.
To keep elements outside. The objective of shutting a door is to prevent other strangers or people from coming in. Is to separate people from your dwelling and their dwelling, from the outside. Read.
Neither do ye kindle fire on mine altar for naught.
He said, but neither do you kindle on my altar for naught. He says, it's supposed to be for a reason. You're supposed to kindle the fire. You're supposed to kindle the altar, the sacrifice on the altar for the purpose of establishing a relationship for the Most High. You do it just because it's routine. You do it because it's just what you do. There's no consciousness behind it. He says there's a reason why you're supposed to be putting the fire on the altar. It's for the purpose of serving me. Read on.
I have no pleasure in you, saith Yahweh of hosts.
Because you don't see the good in it. You don't see the purpose in it. He said, I have no pleasure in you. Read on.
Neither will I accept an offering at your hand.
Go ahead.
From the rising of the sun, even unto the going down of the same, my name shall be great among the Gentiles.
And that's why he told Ezra the same thing. We just read in Ezra, 2nd Ezra chapter 1, he says, what shall I do unto thee, O Jacob? Thou Judah, wouldest not obey me? I will turn me to other nations, and unto those will I give my name, that they may keep my statutes. He's telling Malachi to tell the children of Israel the same thing. You keep playing with me. You keep disregarding me. You keep being inconsiderate towards me. And I'm going to turn to the Gentiles. I'm going to let them get to show what it means to be loved. I bet you they'll embrace this love that I have to give. I bet you they'll appreciate it. Man, the Gentiles, they be believers. They be more stout and firm in their belief in the Most High than we do sometimes. Read.
And in every place incense shall be offered unto my name.
He says, and in every place incense shall be offered unto my name. The Most High wants his honor, man. The Most High wants his glory. He deserves it because look at all the benefits. Look at all the things he's done for us. Read.
In a pure offering, for my name shall be great among the heathen, saith Yahweh of hosts. But ye have profaned it. And in that ye say, the table of the Most High is polluted.
But we still look at the Most High, the worship of the Most High, the service of the Most High as being what?
Polluted.
Polluted. Read.
And the fruit thereof, even as meat, is contemptible.
And we don't even want what the Most High has to give us in return. We don't appreciate or value what the Most High has to offer us in return. And this is why I titled the class, Israel's Much Needed Consideration. We're very inconsiderate when it comes to how the Most High feels and how the Most High does things and what he deserves from us and what he expects from us. We're very inconsiderate, and the love is one-sided.
Yeah. What?
That's why Malachi has to come back and make this declaration and remind the children of Israel in a short amount of time, right after the temple rebuild, this is where your mind's at. Already, that quick. Read.
Ye said also, behold, what a weariness it is.
Damn. He said when we look at the servant, we look at the Most High as what?
Behold, what a weariness is it, and ye have snuffed at it, saith the Most High of hosts.
God.
To stuff me like the Bible. Read, come to class. Serve the Most High. Pray. For what? He said you snuff at it. You don't see the value in it. Read on.
And ye brought that which was torn, and the lame, and the sick.
All the sacrifices are problematic, and they're worthless. They have little value. All the sacrifices are very insignificant. He said all the sacrifices that we put on the altar were lame, they were sick, they were defective, they were torn. We brought animals on the altar that had missing limbs. The Most High said, "You shall not bring an offering that does not have a blemish. All offerings shall not have a blemish." That means a blemish in the skin, a blemish on the body of the animal, the body parts. They can't have any diseases. They can't be sick. All offerings got to be healthy and the best. Read on.
And sorry. And he brought that which was torn, and the lame, and the sick. Thus he brought an offering. Should I accept this at your hand? Saith the Most High of Hosts. But cursed be the deceiver, which hath in his flock a male, and voweth, and sacrificeth unto the Most High a corrupt thing.
But you got a male, and you say you're gonna sacrifice that strong male.
You say.
You made a promise.
Well, but listen, I'm gonna do it, but I gotta breed them first.
Yeah.
That's the game we play. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm because you was harping on that a week ago about the Alma spirit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna make this happen. I'm gonna do that happen. That's what we do now. But the Most High is like, you were doing that back in ancient times with the, yeah. I'm gonna give this strong sheep I got. This strong that sheep I got is a start, but I gotta breed them first.
Let me breed them first.
Wait till it's springtime and I can go ahead and have his animals mate, and when I can make about 7 of them, then I'll go ahead and give that male.
Male's that stud, man.
I'll give the stud up. The best of my flock, I'll give it up when I can make 7 more.
Yep.
It's still crooked, bro.
It's still one-sided. Very much so. Read on.
But cursed be the deceiver.
He said, but you're lying. The Most High said he cursed the liar. You say you're going to give the Most High your best. You make all these promises. And then you go back on your word.
Wow.
You make false commitments. False declarations. You swear false oaths. It's all phony. You say it in speech, but there's no action behind it. Read on.
But cursed be the deceiver, which hath in his flock a male, and voweth, and sacrificeth unto the Most High a corrupt thing.
But you switch it out. You switch it out with a corrupt thing. Read on.
For I am a great king.
And that's what makes him a deceiver. I show the Most High I got this animal, this strong male, and at the last minute when it's time to kill it and sacrifice it, I switch it out. Don't you hate when they do that at the tire shop?
Bait and switch games.
When you need a used tire, they bring out 2 tires. They say this one's 50 and this one's 30. You say, I'll take the 50. This happened to me. I say, I'll take the 50. The guy rolls both to the back. He comes back with the 30.
Woo!
And he starts putting the 30 on my car, the $30 tire on my car. I said, man, hold on. I said, I want the 50. He said, no, this one is 50. I said, man, that's the 30. He said, no, that's the 50. I said, well, how much was the other one? Oh, that was 80. You didn't get it. I caught him. I caught him doing the bait and switch. I said, man, hell no. I said, go get your boss, man. I'm not paying for that. I said, go get that other tire that you rolled to the back. What he did was he brought 2 tires out, showed me both. The better one was 50, the bad one was 30. He rolled them both back, and then he brought the bad one back trying to give me the bad one for 50. I said, man, that was a straight smooth hustle. The tire,
over here?
yep, the one right here around the corner. Just so you know, it's the one right here. Yeah, the yellow right here on the corner, right on the corner. Yeah, just so you know, they do the bait and switch on you. I said, no, man,
The old man?
I ain't gonna say his name right now.
I always give him taco money.
After class, I say his name. I ain't gonna blow him up like that. But I'm gonna say this: that's a bad. But our people do that to the Lord. I was mad when it was done to me.
Man.
I saw the brand that you. I saw the brands that you brought out. I read the sides of the tires. You rolled them both back and brought back the $30 tire, the cheap one that was damn near bald, and said it was the $50 tire.
I saw Issachar online. What they'll do, they'll get a bald tire, and they'll get like a nail or like a sharp object, and they'll scratch in the treading. They'll scratch the treading out. Yeah, and it looks real. It looks legit.
Yeah, that's a hustle.
Chais do the same thing. Chais will make a generic tire, and they'll put a brand name. They'll put the brand name. It's the real brand name, but the tire's generic.
Yeah, everybody's hustling. Everybody's getting over. They do that with the gold at the flea market too.
Oh yeah, they.
Chinese will get you. You get 8-carat gold. Remember that dude came on to shoot the flea market up?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Because he took it to the pawn shop trying to sell it. They said, man, this ain't even 10-carat. This is 8-carat. Chinese man selling 8-carat gold at the flea market. Wow. Message. You think if we do this treatment to the Most High, if we do the bait and switch to the Most High, you think it ain't gonna be done to you?
You get the bait and switch too. You got a grill with 8 carats that he can't even smile.
He can't even smile because he don't realize he ain't got all gold.
Yeah.
Don't you know there's 24 parts to real gold? If only 8 parts or 8 carats is real, what's the other 16?
Silver, copper.
Be anything.
You got 16 parts. You may have some aluminum in there. You got maybe some lead. You may got some nickel, some iron, some copper. Man, you don't got all gold. You got 8 parts gold. What are the other 24 parts? Or the other 16? It's only 24 parts of gold and pure gold. If you got 8 carat, you got the worst of the gold. You got a fraction. But you know what? Our people do that to the Lord. We tell the Most High, man, I'm going to give you my best. Watch what I do, Lord. I'm going to show you that I love you. I'm going to prove it to you. Watch what I do for you. And at the last minute, when it come down to it, I swap out my efforts. I swap out my allegiance. I swap out my dedication. I swap out my word. I take my word back, and I give the Most High the worst. That's not a new thing. That's an old thing. But we did it to the Lord, and the Lord hates that. Read on? Yes, sir.
14 from the top. But cursed be the deceiver.
And that's what makes him a deceiver, because you made the Most High a promise that you was going to give him your best. But you switch up at the last minute. Read?
Which hath in his flock a nail, and voweth, and sacrificeth unto the Most High a corrupt thing. For I am a great king.
I deserve your best. The Most High said, I'm a great king. I deserve the best of what you have to offer. You give me the worst. No different than it's 24 hours in a day. We tell the Most High we're gonna make the day about him, and we give the Most High 2 hours.
It's crazy. I'm gonna put you first.
I'm gonna put you first.
What's the last part of the day?
But it's 2 hours of the day, which is class. I give the Most High 2 hours. That's it. Read on.
For I am a great king, saith the Most High of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen. That's it for that.
Now, it's 1:40. We're gonna go. I kind of don't want to go too far, but I gotta at least try to knock out. Man, you know what we gotta go through. We gotta read this. Just read on down. We'll try to get through at least chapter 2, and we'll real quick. Let's go to Malachi chapter 2.
Malachi 2.
We'll just speed through it a little bit.
And now, O ye priests, this commandment is for you.
It said this commandment is for who?
For you.
So now the priests are to blame, because the priest is the leadership. They're responsible for the culture. They're responsible for
The morality.
how people worship the Most High, how the Most High should be worshipped as an example. They set the tone. They set the pace of worship.
You right.
So the priests are to be blamed. They got to be addressed, because it starts at the top.
Somebody responsible for this, man.
Somebody's got to be responsible for how the Most High is served. It starts with the top. It starts with the leadership. Read.
If you will not hear, and if you will...
You don't blame the kids for what's wrong at the house. You got to blame the parents for the culture. It's not always the kids' fault. The culture is created by the ones in charge.
They just bad.
Yeah, they just bad kids.
They just bad.
No, it's not all. It's not the kids. You got to look at who's in charge. Read.
If you will not hear, and if you will not lay it to heart, to give glory unto my name, saith the Most High of hosts, I will even send a curse upon you.
Go ahead.
And I will curse your blessings.
Oh,
Yea,
man.
I have cursed them already.
He said, "Man,
That's what we get mad.
Matter of fact, Most High said, I already cursed him." Wow. Read.
Because he do not lay it to heart. Behold, I will corrupt your seed, and spread dung upon your faces, even the dung of your solemn feasts, and one shall take you away with it. And ye shall know that I have sent this commandment unto you, that my covenant might be with Levi, saith the Most High of hosts. My covenant was with him of life and peace, and I gave him to him for the fear wherewith he feared me, and was afraid before my name. The law of truth was in his mouth, and iniquity was not found in his lips. He walked with me in peace and equity, and did not turn many away from iniquity. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth. But he is the messenger of Yahweh of hosts. But ye are departed out of the way. Ye have cursed many to stumble at the law. Ye have corrupted the covenant of Levi, saith the Most High of hosts.
Damn.
Therefore have I also made you contemptible and base before all the people, according as ye have not kept my ways, but have been partial in the law. Have we not all one Father? Hath not one power created us? Why do we deal treacherously, every man against his brother?
He said the Most High's problem that he's addressing is the treatment, the ill treatment of each other. He said, man, the Most High got a problem with how we treat each other. It wasn't just the fact that they were sacrificing lame animals on the altar. The Most High was also angry at the mistreatment that was going on amongst the society, amongst the people. Read.
Have we not all one Father? Hath not one power created us? Why do we deal treacherously every man against his brother, by profaning the covenant of our fathers?
Read.
Judah hath dealt treacherously, and an abomination is committed in Israel and in Jerusalem.
Why?
For Judah hath profaned the holiness of Yahweh which he loved, and hath married the daughter of a strange god.
He said, we love strange women. They got that offer strange gods. Read.
The Most High will cut off the man that doeth this, the master and the scholar, out of the tabernacles of Jacob, and him that offereth an offering unto the Most High of hosts. And this have ye done again, covering the altar of the Most High with tears.
He says, your actions cause people to come to the altar pleading and begging the Most High for comfort and mercy. Covering the altar with what?
From the top?
Yeah, covering the altar with what?
Tears, with weeping.
It says by your actions, you cause people to come to the altar with what?
Tears.
With what?
With weeping.
Go ahead.
And with crying out.
Go ahead.
Insomuch that he regardeth not the offering anymore, or receiveth it with good will at your hand.
So the Most High said, you cause people to suffer your antics, your behavior, the way you operate, cause other people to suffer. The people that you're supposed to have love to and loyalty towards, they're crying to me. I'm listening to their cries. And this is between brothers. This is between our people. This is the ill treatment that we have towards each other. The Most High is listening to that. Now, I just want to bring this point out because it shows you how he's saying that, man, if a son honoreth his father, am I not a master? Am I not and a master is a student is teacher?
Yeah.
Am I not a master? The Most High said
where's my honor?
Where's my honor? Where's my fear? Right? Malachi 1:6. So the Most High looks at them. I'm a father too. But you know what? Just like we're supposed to treat the Most High right, we're supposed to treat our parents right. I just want to bring this out. Read this. Daria, read this. Ecclesiastes right quick, chapter 3. And I want you to read 3 and 3. Start at verse 3.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 3. Chapter 3 and verse 3.
Read down to 16.
To 16.
Yep.
Whoso honoreth his father.
So now, the Most High said, I'm a father too. It said, if a man honor his father, shall I not be honored? Am I a father? Am I not a father? Read on.
Maketh an atonement for his sins.
But when you actually honor your earthly father, the Most High said, you make an atonement for your what? For your sins. Go ahead.
And he that honoreth his mother is as one that layeth up treasure.
So how you deal with your parents, or the ones above you, will determine how the Most High blesses you or curses you. Read on.
Whoso honoreth his father shall have joy of his own children.
He said, if you honor your father, the Most High will make sure that your children will honor you. Based on how you deal with your parents. The Most High will have you dealt with a certain way. Read on.
And when he maketh his prayer, he shall be heard.
Go ahead.
He that honoreth his father shall have a long life.
Go ahead.
And he that is obedient unto the Lord shall be a comfort to his mother.
Because his obedience to the Most High takes away the anxiety that mothers have when they worry about their children. They're not worried about their children because they know their children are obedient to the Most High. It gives them comfort. It gives them peace of mind. It takes the worry and anxiety away out of a mother's heart. Read on.
He that feareth the Lord will honor his father.
If you fear the Lord, you will honor what?
His father.
So yeah, if you fear the Most High, you will respect and honor your father. Read on.
And will do service unto his parents.
And you will do service unto who?
His parents.
Now I want you to read this right here. This is Philo, page 528, and I want you to read line 116.
528, line 116. And in the case of storks.
It says, Philo got to resort to animals, birds, avian animals that fly. He said, in the case of storks, read.
The old birds.
It says the old birds, when storks get too old, they can't fly anymore. He said the old birds do what?
Remain in their nest.
He says when storks get too old, they stay in the nest. They can't fly. They get too old to fly. So they stay in the nest. Read.
Because they are unable to fly.
Read.
But their children.
They said, what do their children do?
Their children, I had very nearly said, traverse the whole of the earth and sea.
It says the children of the storks, when they know they got parents in the nest that can't fly, he said they'll go across the whole earth. And do what?
And from all quarters provide their parents with what is necessary for them. Wow.
It says even a damn stork, which is a bird, when his parents get old, he will go out and hunt and fish as far as he can to bring back food for his parents. To bring back food for his mother and father. A bird knows how to do that. A bird brain can comprehend compassion. A bird brain can comprehend mercy. Knowing that my parents can't eat. So the youth, the children go fly as far as necessary to make sure that their parents get taken care of. They'll go to whatever distance to make sure their parents get taken care of. Read on.
And so they, living in a tranquility.
It says the parents, because they can't fly, they still live in what?
Worthy of their time of life.
It says they still live in tranquility.
Come.
Read that part again.
And so they, living in a tranquility.
Go ahead.
Worthy of their time of life.
Read.
Enjoy all abundance.
It says they still don't miss a beat. Even though they can't fly, they don't miss a meal. You know how many old of our people, ain't nobody checking on them?
Yeah.
You know how many of us got parents, ain't nobody checking on them? Nobody sitting around figuring out if they eating or not? Nobody's cleaning out the refrigerator to see if the food, checking the date on the food, if the food is spoiled, old.
Yeah, they be eating food that they can't even see it right properly. They can't even see the food. The food got all kind of mold on it, and they be eating it and they can't even taste the food anymore. So it's like it's beans. They be eating and getting themselves sick.
They don't know when they cooked the last time that food was. How long that food's been in the refrigerator?
Yeah.
You check on your parents to see if there's mold in the dishes. If they washing dishes, they keeping up with them. Houses got to be maintained. But an animal that's a bird knows how to take care of his parents. Read on.
It says, while their children make light, and they enjoy all abundance and pass their old age in luxury.
It says the bird knows how to make sure that the parents pass their life in what?
Luxury.
The Most High put it in animals to take care of their parents. How much more a human? How much more a human should know, hey, let me call and check on my folks. Let me call and check on my people. Let me see if they're doing okay. Let me see if they ate today. Let me see how they're living. You know how inconsiderate you got to be to not even check on your parents in their old age?
It's not even natural.
That's against nature.
Wow.
Read on.
while their children make light of all the hardships.
And the children think it ain't no big deal. No matter what my parents need, it ain't no big deal. It don't bother me to go out my way for my family, for my folks. That doesn't bother me. It ain't no struggle for me to look out for my parents when they're in their old age. That ain't no struggle for me. You know how many times your parents call you and just, what you want now? What can I do? How can I help you? You always want something.
There's a famous meme, and this sister asked a question. What was the question? I think they probably couldn't hear the sister when the camera couldn't hear the sister. But there's a famous meme of a grandma asking her. She's Zoom calling her grandson. She said, "Hey, grandson, how you doing?" He's like, "Hey, how's it going, grandma? Can you come to the house and make sure you cut the grass?" And then he freezes and pretends like the Zoom froze. But he's still like breathing, and he acts like when she was request, he pretends like the Zoom froze. So he'll have to fulfill the request. And the grandma was like, "Man, this Zoom ain't working." But he's playing a game. I mean, it's a meme, but it just shows how we don't really want to be doing for our patriarchs and our matriarchs.
Read on.
It says right here. It says, with means of support, under the influence both of piety.
It says, what are children that do that look out for their parents? He said they're under the influence of what?
Of piety.
Piety is reverence. Reverence is respect. He said, I got enough respect for my folks to where I'm going to look out for them when they get old. He said, I'm under the influence of respect. That's what a bird is under. The stork is under when his parents get old. They operate under respect. Read.
And also also under the expectation that they also in their old age.
It says they understand. The bird even understands that when I get old, read,
will receive the same treatment from their descendants.
It says even the bird know that by me taking care of my parents as I get older, I can expect the same thing done to me when I get older. Didn't the Most High just say that in Ecclesiastes? Didn't we just read that in Ecclesiastes chapter 3? Read that again, matter of fact, just in case we missed it. Go to Ecclesiastes chapter 3. You. If you got Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and read read verse 5.
Sirach 3 and 5. Whoso honoreth his father shall have joy of his own children.
It says, if you honor your father, you shall have joy of what?
His own children.
Your own children will come back and treat you the right way. Your children will treat you how you treated your parents. How you neglect them is how you'll be neglected. How you love them is how you'll be loved. How you respect them is how you'll be respected. One hand wash the other.
Thou which thou sowest, that shalt thou also reap.
You're going to reap what you sow. So he said, even the birds understand this concept that if I look out for my parents in their old age, that my children are going to make sure they look out for me. Read on it, let that go. Read on in this right here, follow.
Right here. Under the influence both of piety and also the expectation that they also in their old age will receive the same treatment from their descendants. And so they now just discharge the indispensable debt which they owe their parents.
It says that debt is indispensable, meaning I can never pay my parents back for everything they've done for me. A bird understands this. That you can never, by no matter way of inconvenience, repay your parents for what they've suffered for you and your sake. They can't be paid back. He said, but they dispense this indispensable debt. They don't do it with like it's a grudge, like it's problematic. Read on.
Knowing that in proper time they will themselves receive what they are now bestowing.
He says they understand that I'm gonna get what I give, and and whatever I give my parents now, the Most High will make sure that somebody considers me as I get old, when my strength fails, and I don't have the strength to be mobile, and I don't have the strength to do for me and do for myself like I used to. All these things come back and fall back on you.
It's real, bro.
Read.
They are also others who are unable to support themselves, for children are no more able.
It says children are like old folks. Children don't have the power to feed themselves, just like older people don't have the power to feed themselves. They both require attention. They both require consideration. Read.
To do so at the commencement of their existence than their parents are at the end of their lives.
He said,
for children are no more able.
But parents, young children and old people are very equal in the fact that they're very needy. That's all he's saying. Old people are needy, young people are needy. They both have needs. They need somebody's consideration to function. They're standing at somebody else's courtesy. Read.
On which account the children, having while young been fed in accordance with the spontaneous prompting of nature, now with joy do in return support the old age of their parents.
It says now because
with joy.
They do it with what?
With joy.
They do it with joy. It's a pleasure of mine to look after my people. Now, this has to be brought out because the nature of how we operate, we don't even respect the Most High, let alone, can you imagine the disrespect we're going to have towards each other? It's going to translate right down to the children. And the children are going to treat the parents like crap, whom they can never pay back for all the things that a parent has done. And then you feel like, I got to go cut your grass. I got to go do for you. Man, I got to go clean out this and go do that. And I got to do all that. Man, I'm trying to live my life.
I'm trying to game right now.
Yeah, you slowing my life down. But you know what? You can look at it that way if you want to. But that's not the way you're supposed to look at it. Finish that, Adam, in chapter 3. Jump down to verse 12.
3 and 12. My son, help thy father in his age, and grieve him not as long as he liveth.
Go ahead.
And if his understanding fail, have patience with him, and despise him not.
It says, and don't despise your elders. Have patience with them. Read on.
When thou art in thy full strength.
Because you know what? You're in your full strength now, but you're not always going to be in your full strength. You're going to want somebody to be patient with you when you get older. Read this right here and finish that in Philo, 118.
118. Is it not right, then, after these examples, that men who neglect their parents should cover their faces from shame?
He said, man, you should be ashamed of yourself the way you leave your parents hanging. Anybody who leave their parents hanging should be ashamed of themselves. It's a damn shame for the people that you can never pay back for what they've done for you, that you neglect them so oftenly and so frequently. That's a shame. You should cover your face. Yes, sir.
In growing up, all the guys that I knew that disrespected their mother or their father are all died at a young age.
What? Wow.
You know why? The Most High said, if you honor your father and mother, he said you should have a long life.
Yes.
It was promised to them that their life should be long.
Wow. It still applies.
It's still, you know why? Because your parents is an earthly representative of the Most High. He that despiseth man, despise not man, but who?
The Most High.
The Most High. Finish that?
Wow. And reproach themselves.
You should reproach yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. Read.
For disregarding those things which they ought to have cared for alone.
He says there's people that you disregard that you were responsible for their care. You're responsible for some people's care and you disregard them.
Wow.
Finish that?
Or in preference to anything else whatsoever.
So this is why the class is called Israel's much needed consideration. Because we're an inconsiderate group of people. And the Most High hates it because all those that we should have been considerate for and cared for, they got to come to the altar crying about This person is treating me with injustice. Whether that be parents, brothers, family, friends, whatever it may be, the Most High got to hear all the complaints. He got to hear all the inconsiderate situations that go on, the neglect that goes on amongst each other.
We're high-key villains.
We are.
We say that we're victims, but we're close. We're right with the word V, the V letter, but it's not victim. It's villain. It's villainous to sit here and disrespect and disregard and neglect people that took care of us from our inception.
Yep. And they got to go crying to the Lord, man, what kind of son did I raise? What kind of daughter did I raise? I got to cry to the Most High. What did I do wrong, Lord, where my child treat me like this? What did I do wrong, Lord, where I get neglected by my children that I loved and raised so well, or that I thought I raised and loved so well? Why, Lord? Why do I got to get treated like this? Go back to Malachi chapter 2 and pick up verse 14.
2:14. Yet ye say, wherefore? Because the Most High have been witness.
It said, but the Most High watching how you deal with your parents. The Most High is a witness how you neglect them. Don't check on them. Read on.
But the Most High have been witness between thee and the wife of thy youth.
And also the Most High is a witness how you deal with your what?
Wife of thy youth.
You think it's parents that's the only one crying? It ain't just parents crying. There's a lot of wives that's crying too. Because you was dealing wrong with your wife. Treacherously. There's a lot of women that's crying too to the Most High. Most High witnessed that too. Read.
Against whom thou hast dealt treacherously. Yet is she thy companion?
Is she not your companion? She's supposed to be like yourself. You're supposed to love your wives like Christ loved the church. He said, two shall be one flesh. You're supposed to be united in thought, in agreement, and in mind, and in spirit. Is she not your companion? Is she not your other half? If two is to become one, don't the two halves make a whole? Read on.
Yet is she thy companion, and the wife of thy covenant. And did not he make one? Yet had he the residue of the Spirit. And wherefore one? That he might seek a godly seed.
The whole purpose of the Most High putting you together with your wife is so that y'all could create a godly seed. Give me now we making seeds, all right. But we're not in it to create godly children, because we give them bad examples. Give me Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4. Just on this point. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4. And read verse 6.
For children begotten of unlawful beds are witnesses of wickedness against their parents and their tribe.
But you know what? We making children, all right. But are these legal? Are these legitimate relationships? Are these legitimate relationships that we be making? Nah, we don't be making no. The Most High said He put a man and woman together to make a godly seed. But we over here, freaknicking, frolicking. We having children, but it's not for the purpose of making a godly seed. We just making babies.
I'm children.
Read.
But though the righteous be prevented with death, yet shall he be in rest. For honorable age is not that which standeth in the length of time, nor that is measured by number of years. But wisdom is...
I'm sorry, give me verse 3.
But the multiplying brood of the ungodly shall not thrive.
The Most High said man and woman will multiply, but they're supposed to be multiplying for the purpose of making a godly seed. But versus multiplying an ungodly seed. He said, the what?
But the multiplying brood of the ungodly shall not thrive.
The Most High, He said, the multiplying brood of the ungodly shall not what?
Thrive.
The children of the ungodly shall not thrive. You just can't be making babies and making babies just to make babies. You're supposed to be making babies for the purpose of creating a godly lineage, a godly seed. But that ain't what people are in relationships for. That's not what they're there for. They don't understand the purpose of a relationship. Go back to Malachi chapter 2. We're going to finish chapter 2. Verse 15.
And did not he make one? Yet had he the residue of the Spirit. And
He said
therefore one.
he said he used the residue of the Spirit. He put enough Spirit in a man to be separated so that they both can share the same Spirit and ideals. Read.
That he might seek a godly seed.
For the purpose that he may seek a godly seed. Read.
Therefore take heed to your spirit.
He says, therefore take heed to what?
Your spirit.
What kind of spirit are you in? Are you in the spirit of doing right by your people? Whether that be your parents or whether that be your relationships and your companions. Are you in the spirit of doing right, to be doing right by your people? That's why he said, then pay attention to what spirit you're in. Because whatever spirit you're in, that's causing people vexation, where they got to drop tears and complaints and mourn to cry to the Most High is a witness to that. Read on.
Therefore take heed to your spirit, and let none deal treacherously against the wife of his youth.
That's right. That's why I said you got to make sure you check your spirit, that you're not found guilty of these things. A lot of people don't understand how things should be, how we're supposed to treat each other. Whether that be parents, brothers, sisters, wives, cousins, we have no idea how to deal with each other. We don't care what spirit we be in. It's all take and no give. It's no consideration. Malachi has to come back and drop these prophecies about how the Most High feels about our behavior. Read on.
For the Most High, the power of Israel, saith that he hateth putting away. For one covereth violence with his garment.
So you know what? Whether that's putting your parents away and act like you don't see their struggles, or what you putting away your companions as if you don't see their struggles. Just to be ignorant of other people's suffering. Read on.
Saith the Most High of hosts. Therefore take heed to your spirit, that ye deal not treacherously.
He said it again. Pay attention to your what?
To your spirit.
You gotta monitor what spirit you be in. This is a check to everybody on what spirit they be operating in. Whether you operate considerate or inconsiderate. Israel is highly inconsiderate to their people. Finish that?
Ye have wearied the Most High.
And when we're inconsiderate, we do what?
Wearied the Most High with your words.
Because we got a negative effect on people. We have a negative effect on the people around us. And our words do harm more. Our words and actions do more harm than good. Read on.
Yet ye say, wherein have we wearied him?
And we have the audacity and the gall to ask the Most High, what have we done wrong?
Where are my blessings at?
But you got people around you crying and suffering all around you and being neglected. But you got the audacity to come back and ask the Most High, where are you wrong at? How about the Most High ask your parents?
Wow.
How about the Most High ask your wife?
Nobody likes that one.
How about the Most High ask the people around you
Oh,
that you've been inconsiderate to?
they tripping. It's them.
How about the Most High ask your children? They both got to be considered. Old and the young got to be considered. How about the Most High ask your kids? What you think they're going to say? Read on.
When ye say, everyone that doeth evil is good in the sight of the Most High.
That ain't no thing. It's no big deal. I'm just doing what I was shown. I'm just passing down what was done to me. Nobody loved me.
It's good for me. It's good for you. What?
Life is cold. I had to grow up the hard way. You can dismiss it all you want. Read on.
And he delighteth in them. Or, where is the Most High of judgment? That's it for that.
That's it, right? So, or to say, you know what? Well, you know what? I wouldn't be this way if the Most High would have shown me better. Because the question is, where is the Most High of judgment? God wasn't there for me, so if He didn't want me to be the way I am, He wouldn't have raised me this way. He wouldn't put me in the condition I'm in now. I wouldn't be a bad person if God would have changed my
Like
situation.
it's not my responsibility to break the cycle.
Exactly. That's what we do.
That's a game.
We are very callous to the fact that there's things that we do wrong, but we're quick to point out, well, the Most High wasn't there for me, as justifying our inconsiderate nature. All right. With that, we're going to go ahead and say shalom. We'll end class with Malachi chapter 2. And we'll either come back with Malachi chapter 3 and finish that, or we're going to bounce back to Nehemiah. We're going to bounce back to Nehemiah chapter 4 and pick up in Nehemiah chapter 4 possibly next week. All right. Any questions? Any questions? All right. With that, we're going to go ahead and say shalom. Imagine upon your shalom, rise and face Jerusalem.
Yeah. Too wild, bro.
Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai,
Name of Yahweh Shai.
please listen to us right now.
Please listen to us right now.
Send Micah Allah
Send my God
and the righteous angels
and the righteous angels
to watch over,
watch over,
bless,
heal,
protect,
protect,
and make strong
strong
the people of Yahshua.
people of Yahshua.
Also send unto
Also
us
send us
much wisdom,
much wisdom,
much knowledge, much understanding, much patience,
much patience,
much faith, much brotherhood, and much love, spiritual power, and forgive all of our
and
sins.
forgive all our sins.
Yahweh Shai, come quickly.
Yahweh Shai, come quickly.
For in thee is our hope,
Is our hope.
always, and forever. Amen.
Amen.
Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Hahawa'ah. Natalanawa. Hatawa'ah.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives us the law.
Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Natalanawa. Awar. Lara'ah.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the light to see.
Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Hahawa'ah. Natalanawa. Ha'ayon. Korah. La Korah. Ha'ayin.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives us the ram's horn to call the people.
Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Hahawa'ah. Natalanawa. Sheman. Zayah. Lamashah. Yasha'Allah.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives us olive oil to anoint Israel.
Psalms 92. It is a good thing to give thanks unto Yahweh.
It's a good thing to give thanks to Yahweh.
And to sing praises unto thy name.
And sing praise to thy name.
O Yahweh.
Yahweh.
To show forth thy loving kindness in the morning.
To show forth the loving kindness in the morning.
And thy faithfulness every night.
And thy faithfulness every night.
Upon an instrument of 10 strings.
Upon an instrument of 10 strings.
And upon the psaltery.
Upon the psaltery.
And upon the harp.
And upon the harp.
With the solemn sound.
With the solemn sound.
For thou, Yahweh, hast made me glad through thy work.
To be glad of thy work.
I will triumph in the works of thy hands.
I will triumph in the works of thy hands.
O Yahweh, how great are thy works.
How great are thy works.
And thy thoughts are very deep.
And thy thoughts are very deep.
A brutish man knoweth not.
A brutish man knoweth not.
Neither that the fool understandeth.
Neither the fool understands this.
When the wicked springeth the grass.
When the wicked springeth the grass.
And when all the workers of iniquity do flourish.
When all the workers of iniquity do flourish.
It is that they shall be destroyed forever.
That they shall be destroyed forever.
But thou, Yahweh,
But thou art Yahweh.
art most high forevermore.
Art most high forevermore.
For lo, thine enemies.
For lo, thy enemies.
O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies.
For lo, thy enemies
Shall perish.
shall perish.
All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered.
All workers of iniquity shall be scattered.
But mine horn shalt thou exalt.
My horse shall thou exalt.
Like the horn of a unicorn.
The horn of a unicorn.
I shall be anointed with fresh oil.
I shall be anointed with fresh oil.
Mine eye also shall see.
My eye also shall see.
My desire on mine enemies.
My desire of my enemies.
And mine ears shall hear.
And my ears shall hear.
My desire of the wicked.
My desire of the wicked.
That rise up against me.
That rise up against me.
The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree.
Righteous shall flourish like the palm tree.
He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon.
He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon.
Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh.
Those who be planted in the house of Yahweh
Shall flourish in the courts of our power.
shall flourish in the course of our power.
They shall still bring forth fruit in old age.
They shall still bring forth fruit in old age.
They shall be fat and flourishing.
They shall be fat and flourishing.
To show that the Lord is upright.
To show that the Lord is upright.
He is my rock.
He is my rock.
And there is no unrighteousness in
There is no
him.
unrighteousness in him.
By Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Psalms 133. Shayar.
Shayar.
Hama'arawa.
Hama'arawa.
Ladawad.
Ladawad.
Hana.
Hana.
Ma. Tawad.
Tawad.
Wama.
Wama.
Nayam.
Nayam.
Na'ayam.
Na'ayam.
Shabbat.
Shabbat.
Akim.
Akim.
Gam.
Gam.
Yachad.
Yachad.
Hashaman.
Hashaman.
Hatawad.
Hatawad.
Ayel.
Ayel.
Hara'ash.
Hara'ash.
Yarad.
Yarad.
Ayel.
Ayel.
Hazakwan, Zakwan, Aran, Shayarai, Ayel, Payah, Marawathiwa, Katal, Karamwan, Shayarai, Ayel, Hararia, Tazawan, Kaya, Sham, Tazawa, Yahweh, Af, Habaraka, Kayayim, Ai, Hawalom.
Psalms 133 in English. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life evermore. Amen.
Aman. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Raklanawa, Washala, Wahabiyah, Sapari, turn. 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 Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, the water Yahweh, the water Yahushai, the water Yahweh, the water Yahushai, the water Yahweh, the water Yahushai, all love, all mercy, all piety, all truth, all justice, all equity, all fortitude, all strength, all might, all love, all joy, all praise. All power is from Yahweh. All power is from Yahweh. All power is from Yahweh. In Yahweh's name we pray. The water, the Yad, Aman. Men circle up. Sisters have a seat.
All right. Saluting out in the heavenly order. Yahweh, Yahushai, Okriya Sha'ala, men of Israel. What?
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Barakathon.
Number top. Turn your face, sisters, please stand. Saluting out the daughters of Zion, men of Israel, Major, Barak,
Yahweh Shema Alatan Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Yahweh Shamar Allah Ba'Hashem Yahweh.
Yajimata, dismissed, fall out. All right. Shalom, Israel. We'll see you again on Monday at the water. Shabbat shalom to everybody. Peace and blessings. Have a great Shabbat.
Shalom.
Shalom.